it's almost as if he must. Zywoo's not been wearing the cape for this team at this major. He's recovering. We're waiting to see when he gets back into form. He can thank his team for putting up such strong performances to get here to a major semifinal, but at some point, he will have to take over.
When FaZe decided to run that fast pistol, you said it yourself, they're going to sprinkle in maybe 3, 4 of these upper A hits, and it's all about Kerrigan meticulously timing them. Off of the back of that 1v3, slams back in. That is 2 A rushes early on in this map, and setting a tempo that's going to now crumble Vitality's economy, maybe shake the confidence of the A play. This is a warning sign for the CT side early on.
The perfect time to get a timeout going. Now not with Zonic, now with Xtaz. And of course, he is somebody who's also seen success. And I want to say on the smaller stages, it was still massive matches, and it was also versus FaZe Clan. But there's something about major playoffs where the pressure is unparalleled. There was no good sparring partner for this stage. For a crowd this large and international, you have to go a little bit deeper in a way, in something you can only find out about yourself once you're here.
Buyback on the cards. A murmur of outer presence, and it's going to be a fast one from Flames, trying to change up this outer setup. We already saw in the round prior, Rain do a good job of just cheesing along the side of smoke, catching that main success, right? Spinks thinking he can fall away from sight with a frag and keep on going. No, neither will this reaction bear fruit for Vitality.
It was almost as if he was surprised to see opponents. And now we've got Apex, who has improved playing outside in the last couple of years. This has become an important position for him.
Brokey's waiting for the peek, though. Oh, missed chance, but he will still capitalize. Apex gets a back turn. There it is. That line held by Brokey the entire time. Sight line from bottom silo.
I don't have to be the one to say it. It's getting a little bit sloppy already.
Just off the mark, still doesn't matter. Frozen capitalizing. Rain in with the headshot. FaZe in with the 5-1 lead.
They came to play. They came to play. And that's Kerrigan talking to his partially home crowd. You know, Vitality have tons of support here in the audience, but there's something special about Finn in the Royal Arena.
אני חוזר טיפה בגלל
arena with the all Danish crowd. This is a crowd that has come from across the world. Whether you flew across the
כי זה איטי לך מדי, אתה מבין אחי? אבל אח שלי אין משחק קומפטטיב יותר מזה, ואני שחקן קומפטטיב אחי, אני... אין משחק קומפטטיב כמו זה אחי.
Gunning for that third major grand final, Kerrigan. Pistols back in the hands of Vitality. And there is not a peep outside. There is not a whimper.
It's a feel-out round now that FaZe have played so quickly, so often. Said, okay, Vitality, I mean, you're going...
בוא נראה, אני רוצה שריבר פיצה, אני אבוא לשחק קצת, נראה איך יהיה אחי, אני לא יודע.
I was gonna say, if there's anybody to try and figure out Kerrigan, it needs to be Apex. We finished 2023 with this conversation of Apex being the greatest current in-game leader. Who else to be his counterpart than Kerrigan?
Yeah, who can rival the experience as well.
And
not
apparently,
just recent results.
Apparently the rifle worked too. Nice headshot to open up A site. Brokey catching Zywoo. Desert Eagle not destined for too much, and FaZe an easy 6-1.
Yeah, FaZe fans are at a buffet right now. Anything they want.
אני אבוא בריברף, אני אבוא.
Baguette, escargot.
Yes, great cuisine though, you guys make, by the way. This is just not what you could expect. This is not what you could expect. And you want to believe that this game isn't over, but we're talking about 6 rounds, T-side nuke, to kick it off.
Instant util pressure yet again. We've yet to see a forward outer play from Vitality. You know, looking to run that risk is dangerous business, and doesn't seem like it's in store for us. Brokey on the tightrope. just has to walk around, and he seems cautious of this possibility. Think about Flamesy already getting caught from that secret stairs attack, so Spinks knows he needs to be cautious. Ooh, and Apex almost puts his head on a silver platter. Unbeknownst to Rain, getting closer with the flashes, which are thrown both ways. It's a guessing game and a firefight that hinges on millimeters. There goes the next volley of smokes. Rain's got one of his own, so Spinks is certainly going to come into play here, but we've already seen rapid headshots from the Norwegian. This time it gets away from him. This time we're talking Vitality 5v4.
They're asking for Spinks to move a little faster, do a little more.
Flamesy wasn't able, he picks up the mantle. And we've been talking about Spinks picking up ZywOo's slack all major long.
Yeah.
Here we are again.
We see the rotation, the call out here.
It's gonna be the lobby hit, 25 to the clock. Good flashes, but they find both sides.
יואו, זיו, מה יש לך?
Execution out of Finn. Apex comes through, Spinks has him. Nailed against the vent. Frozen, dead.
טוב, אימא'לה
Spinks is
ספינק.
the key again.
He's got more.
מה זה, הוא עשה אייס, לא?
He's got more, and they need it, man. I want to be grateful to Vitality that they get to play with Spinks, that he's showing us
הוא עשה אייס נראה לי.
these rounds, because now the 2 rounds they've gotten have been all about him, but I think he's more
זה
worried
אייס.
about the fact
אחד,
that he is the guy at the top,
שתיים,
leading every
שלוש,
single
לא,
step
זה
of
לא.
the way.
4.
Here's a round where ZywOo gets flashed and killed, and I know that sounds so silly because everyone gets flashed and killed, but ZywOo somehow manages to avoid those situations more than most. He got destroyed, 1 in 7. And that's once again when they made the correct call.
Sure.
שחקן ענק, אחי.
Rotating into the upper site.
פליימס יותר טוב ממנו, אבל...
Kerrigan tries to get
ספינקס יותר
frisky
חכם,
inside
אבל
of
פליימס
Trophy.
יותר
There's
טוב.
Flames' second
בוודאות,
frag.
אחי.
We're waiting for ZywOo to get online. Flames was right down there with him. So is Mezzy. Spinks has posted multi-frags in the
בסדר, ברח שלי, אבל כולנו היינו מגיעים לזה אם לא היינו הולכים לצבא והיינו כל היום ב-CS, אחי. כולנו היינו מגיעים לזה, אחי.
Nowhere to be found. So if Vitality are to get a third, it has to be from someone else. Flames exposed to the double doors, but ready for that peek from Rain if it is to come.
Yeah, he's not making the full committed rotation at this point.
There's the trigger.
Kind of out in the open. Spray is bad.
Uh-oh. First defender's down. It is a fast flank around Secret, but it's also going to be Frozen, punching in the digits with no issue, no pressure, no problems. ZywOo 30 health. The 4v4 is pressured from the backside of control. Instant headshot from Brokey. Spinks is in the mix yet again. Has to be a part of the solution. ZywOo's there to do his part. Rain hanging on. Spinks dead. And FaZe keep on winning.
Yeah, that's right. Robson Rain. Kills all around the lower site. Why did Flamesy stay there? Frozen in place, halfway to clock. He didn't get to the best spot he could go to.
אני גם בטיקטוק וגם ביוטיוב דלל, יא מניאק. כן, פייז לא נסים. תשמע, זה פיק של פייז, אחי, אבל עדיין פייז קבוצה, אחי, מטורפת, אחי. רובס, ריין, אחי, ברוקי, פרוזן, קריגן, אחי. לא אוהב אותך, אתה דפוק. קבוצה רעה, אחי. רעה מאוד, אחי. ברגע שאני אתפוס תאוצה בטוויץ' וביוטיוב, אחי, אני אשאר רק ביוטיוב, אחי. בוא נגיד שיש לי צ'אט אחד ליוטיוב ולטוויץ', הבנת? בו זמנית. ואחד לטיקטוק, הבנת? זאת אומרת שיש לי שתי דפדפנים.
We have seen FaZe step on a landmine when they tried to get by Spinks and his 5-7. Looking for another Apex. Chiseled down somewhat, and now Flames is going to get boosted. This is a good activation for the AK. Nice angle, but misses its chance to strike down the Opper plus the bomb, which would have then recalled the 2 players who were able to move forward. Now it's, only one. And Flames' AK does connect. Things are getting problematic for FaZe.
כן, זה באסה.
A nice transition yet again from Vitality, down into the base of the ramp. Not only the AK, but the Deagle in ZywOo's hands to boot.
I think they might have heard 2 pairs of footsteps going down.
I think so too. And maybe that's why.
אני חושב שיש בוט, אחי. אני חושב שיש בוט שיכול, נגיד עכשיו מישהו רושם לי משהו מיוטיוב, שהבוט הזה יחזור על עצמו בטוויץ'. עם השם של אותו אחד מהיוטיוב.
Can't stop them.
Spread wings. They soar down from the heavens.
And FaZe is flying.
Into the back of the site they'll go. Pistols won't find much. It is Rain with the double entry. The headshots yet again.
Now
And FaZe just get through with a solution.
Wait, now the rotations are staggered, and they become obvious.
But a little bit more out of Apex. A 3v5 with another rifle obtained, offered over to who other than ZywOo to post his impact. He's got them right in front, but a missed shot in the sight of Frozen is a fatality that Vitality
כן, אני בריסטרים.
They can't
אתה
handle,
מבין?
man. They got that to a 5v3.
כנראה הבוט של ריסטרים עושה את זה, לא? אני לא יודע איך עושים את זה, אבל בסדר.
That was to get in front of the exec in the ramp. The idea was right. The timing was slightly off.
אני לא יודע איך עושים את זה, אחי. שהבוט אחי ירשום מה שהטוויץ' אומר ביוטיוב, הבנת? אני לא יודע איך עושים את זה.
Both of us just ran full speed through Turnpike, dropped down lower, and we're going to commit to the rotations. On this map, okay, as in Naden Abyss, if you go down, it's hard to come up. That's a situation where they
אין בעיה, אח שלי, בהזדמנות תעזור לי, כן. למרות שאני בקושי עושה לייבים בגלל העבודה ואני לומד. עושה מתי שאני יכול.
Walking into Turnpike themselves, going up into heaven. Apex was even lucky to catch a timing, shooting someone in the leg on ladder. But what do we see here? Even though it's a 5v3, it's a 3v2 with range on the A site.
Now you give Brokey that long line. You see this clean rifle control out of Rain. Jubilation for Kerrigan. Because that could have been another hiccup. The difference between a close first half and a chance for Vitality's T side and a whooping. Finally, we get the forward presence, right? We haven't seen anybody over here, and so ZywOo decides to take it up into his own hands. And with it, an opening kill. We've seen Flames try, we've seen Spinks challenge. Kerrigan not going to get away with his presence downstairs, and so finally 11 rounds into this half, arguably too late, and arguably still too little. Vitality have queued up a third. But Rain and Brokey will work regardless. Miss shot out of the upper. Rain will not miss his chance.
Oh, we've got FaZe so strong now. They might be trying to hunt to do damage.
Hold on.
Rain has some taps. Will eventually get neutralized. A third round and a very legitimate 1-1 on a rifle. That's what you want to see for Vitality. The question is it too late?
Again, right? Another variation of some kind of outer play. Throw in ZywOo at the mix.
Not today. Not right now, anyways.
It's been a game of cat and mouse outside.
Yeah.
It really has. But Secret has been where they've popped up from, and Secret has been where they usually fall.
One Mac 10 coming in from Frozen. Last round of the half.
Yeah, if that's your limitation, so be it. You have done a wonderful job of kicking off this semifinal fiercely.
Yeah. Vitality are going to try to turn crumbs into croutons here. See if they can nag it forth.
Our analyst desk was bringing up Rain before the game went live, right? Saying if we're going to have that big ticket performance, it's time for it. Well, 12-8, doing what he does outside on Nuke. Apex spotted out. Takes away half of Rain's health, and they just hope that ZywOo goes unchecked. Oh, he eats the flash, won't be able to fight. Blind as so beautiful. And again, working with half of the HP, Kerrigan's gonna test this, and Spinks is ready to meet him with the barrel of the A-Force. Spam comes back from red, drawing Spinks' attention, which then opens up the spam from Rock. Rain is continuing to tear apart this outer yard. And as Frozen gets his feet onto the A play, the support's not quite here just yet. Mezzy eats a flash and the bomb is being planted down on B. Excellent distraction from that limitation of a Mac 10. And leave it to Rain to sit and wait. And if he hears you drop in that vent, then he is going to be a slow crawl behind you soon enough. Meanwhile, Brokey, he's going to have to maybe do this on his own. Two players coming at him. Oh, and he now the pressure's on. But the question is, do they think that they can stick? And do they do it before Rain gets here? The Stone Golem creeping round as they tap it once. The door will swing. No cover.
Yo!
Sure enough, from outside to the depths, from the start to the finish. 9-3. Go FaZe.
Oh, for Vitality. Vitality, it is a bad day for Rain.
אחי, זה...
When Brokey died, you thought maybe there's a chance.
מטורף, אחי, מטורף.
Far away, he's probably hoping one kill comes down. They did a good job of dropping one to give an audible, but not the second player, so he couldn't be sure just yet that it was both of them.
שחקנים מטורפים באמא שלי.
This play is incredible, honestly. The way that FaZe approached this, calling out every single position, and you can see by the way they're walking out of smokes, they know exactly where to look. It's as if those smokes don't exist. This hasn't been a map where they have broken those smokes open and tried to find an unfair fight. Instead, they've lurked through them perfectly to try to punish. I mean, Spinx is here at the top, and he has done an admirable job of at least giving Vitality 2 full rounds, 3 Ks on both.
It's all him.
Yeah, but that's all you can say about Vitality right now. Leading from the top.
Pistol that will certainly dictate the conversation of how Nuke goes down. We saw the fast upper A hit from FaZe. We see the Molotovs disrupt Frozen. Then they try to barrel through. Flamesy makes the most of it. Oh, nice tap. Rain finishing off what was left of it. Heaven players come swinging out. Kills were looking good for the defense, but instead, it is Vitality. The 3 last frags from who else? It's Mezzy and Apex. A resurgence from the bottom of Vitality's scoreboard.
כאילו זיו יש לו משחק מה זה מגעיל. זיו יש לו משחק מסריח, לא יודע, פתאום נהיה לו משחק מה זה מגעיל. רותם.
But because it's Vitality and FaZe, because they know each other so well, because Vitality have recent head-to-head over FaZe, they know that they can say just come back, even if it means T-side. But it feels like this is the kind of game where a conversion isn't even guaranteed.
וואלה, אני פה צופה במשחק, יש עכשיו משחק. של הרבע גמר. לא, אני לא משחק, אני צופה ברבע גמר. לבד, אחי. עם הלייב שלי לבד, צופה איתם, זה מדבר איתם. אתה רוצה לבוא לשיחה? תבוא, אחי. מה קורה?
בסדר. קיצר, וואלה, סידרתי אחי את הבלגן בסרבר אחי, בוא נגיד ככה. לא בדיוק סידרתי, אבל אני אסדר.
בסדר, סבבה.
לצערי הרב, הדבר הכי מכריח אותי להעיף את כולם מהסרבר ולהתחיל מחדש, מאפס, לצרף אותם עוד פעם. זו האופציה היחידה שלי לטפל בזה.
Because they shouldn't be.
No, absolutely not. I mean,
they have the players and the weapons.
Bravery is the trait of champions.
That's just it.
And both these teams,
that's just it, because
both these teams hoist trophies. So what does that say?
We could have said that Spirit wins this entire playoffs if that wasn't the case. You know, that's the hardest part about this all is the pressure. That's been the story of quarters. You could argue that almost everyone in quarters had a problem with it, except for the known rosters, the ones that have more experience, that really mattered. Feels like here. The first CS2 major. And it is great to see that you can teach old dogs new tricks.
זה ה-CS2 major הראשון, אחי.
נכון? מה זאת אומרת?
חשבתי היה אחד כבר.
מתי?
לא יודע. חשבתי היה.
לא, את פרס 23 שיחקו בגו.
נכון.
היה את הבטא, לא ישחקו מייג'ר.
נכון.
היה אבל 2, אני יודע למה. היה 2.
איך בא לי שוויטאליטי
זה רק זה היה באותו זמן רק לאנשים אחי ששיחקו קצת, ואז הם נתנו להם גישה. זוכר שאתה ומיכאל לא רציתם לשחק.
And suddenly Brokey skewers 2 of you, Kerrigan gets the other players. It's a risk to go quickly.
And there is no doubt that over time the faith in Zion has grown.
שנייה אחת חוזר לשיחה.
But Copenhagen has not been his event. And this map adding to the pile of disappointment 4 and 12. Zaiwu go kill.
יאללה אמא עוד 7 דקות, אמא!
Somewhere very close to us, Matthew's dropping a tear.
the romantics hold hope. And the pressure from Flamesy as he does drop off of main. Mezzy, he collects the opening kill. Fights to be had outer. Nice flash from Apex.
Oh.
And Flamesy's pressure from main to hell has opened this up. First guns from Vitality. And it won't do a damn thing for FaZe.
Yeah, you want to be able to call this right.
Yo!
Hey, Kerrigan does something interesting. And talking about interesting, we've got one more in a cute spot here.
איזה יופי!
Bomb still sits over towards secret stairs. Frozen, very quick execution on Apex. At the very least.
רגע, סליחה, הוא בדיוק זה אמר משפט.
And so Bomb will do its best to avoid him, but that's Zywoo operating on his own. Lower, Spinks, vision towards this vent.
Oh.
But Frozen will have a chance at the challenge.
Wait, he has to decide if he's going to plant or not.
He's going to swing it. Bomb's down. Zywoo, instant execution.
Okay.
My friend.
His frag's not
איזה
numerous,
אלוף הוא.
but
וואלה
impactful in
אחי,
this
אתה לא יודע
one.
איזה
If not,
גבר הוא
Frozen's on
באמא
that
שלי.
bomb real quick.
No, that's a big
גבר
risk
אחי.
to go for the
וואלה הוא
plant
גבר.
in that situation. He also risked dying sitting in the site not planting, so Zywoo makes the executive choice.
נתן לי פיקס אחי בשנייה, אתה כל הזמן באתי אליו עם בעיה, שכחתי לעשות אחי משהו
That's just
בסרבר
what
אחי.
he has to do.
אוי מה הבעיה, שתי שניות,
Brokey
תעשה
going
ככה
above
וככה.
Zywoo right now, and that makes sense because
אתה משלם לו?
Brokey is nothing but class.
פתרתי את זה אחי באיזה שנייה אחי. וואלה לא.
He has had
צילמתי לו
a
פעם
great
אחת
major
אחי,
so
בהתחלה
far.
אחי. כדי שיפתח את הסרבר, יעשה אותו נורמלי, שיראה נורמלי. אתה מבין? אתה רואה איך הסרבר הרי איך הוא נראה.
כן, הוא נראה יפה.
פנטסטי אחי.
בטח.
כן, זה הכל הוא. וכל הבוטים וזה, זה הכל הוא. אתה מבין?
תשמע, שהסרבר שלך יהיה אונליין וזה, מה זה אונליין? שאני רואה שהוא קצת מתחיל לתפוס תאוצה, אני דופק לך נייטרו, אחי. לסרבר, אחי. נדפוק לך, אחי, נייטרו שם, פה. אין, הוא לא פעיל עכשיו, מה, לא?
עכשיו לא שווה את הנייט.
נו, בגלל זה אני אומר. מה? אתה מבין?
גם אותו דבר. גם אותו דבר.
השאלה איך מפעילים סרבר כזה. אתה מבין את הראש? איך אתה
אני צריך אחי... פתח הסרבר יכול להיות פעיל בשנייה.
נכון, השאלה איך...
אני רק צריך אחי לפתוח להם את האופציות אחי לדבר. והסרבר אחי כבר יהיו בספאם.
The only thing is they've also stepped past the T's beyond him. Rain is on high alert. Robs will come up.
Ooh, well handled.
That's
מלא איזה קאמבק, איזה קאמבק, אחי.
the possibility of a lower attack.
It could have also
Still
אני
eyes
חייב
behind
רגע
the whole
לראות
lobby.
אחי
even a
אצלך
kill like that can
בסרבר.
slow you down, so it
את
gets
העוד
scary.
לבלוג.
Could have allowed for the other pistol players to come over.
את מה?
Could have gotten Brokey into a chance to trade.
הוא עשה אצלי עוד איתלוג
Instead,
אחי,
this back
מדהים
and
אחי.
forth keeps all options open.
תראה.
And Vitality will take that door towards the A site. This lead has been cut down to 2.
This game gets closer, and we get it to another rifle, and
אתה רואה join the
keeps
server.
going the way of Vitality.
כן, גם לי יש.
age of account, תאריך. ככה
זה לא.
מספר יפה.
לי אין.
תראה, left. תראה, עכשיו תסתכל, נגיד עשיתי שינוי. channel permission updated, invite, ואז אני אומר member, לא יכולים לראות את ה-channel. view channel יענו בלוק.
כן, יופי.
יש view, יש בלוק. אז הוא כאילו עושה את זה הודעה יפה. ככה, צבעים כאלו.
No magic stick for Vitality.
But time bought, at least.
את האינווייט אנחנו מסתירים עכשיו. אף אחד לא יכול לראות מי הגיע.
Ooh, Brokey given a chance.
זה קצת מבאס, לא?
לא.
Still rather rapid on the approach. Wall
כן?
of smoke goes up.
אתה אומר זה סתם ספאם?
לא ספאם, אבל אם אתה רוצה את זה, זה לא בעיה, תעשי את זה, מה הבעיה?
To FaZe, he crosses over. should keeping himself.
אנחנו מסירים את זה בתכלס.
Now that follow-up smoke
כי
really indicates something's going on out here.
אנשים,
For the time being,
נראה לי,
CT's don't
אני אגיד
seem
לך
too
מה עוד
concerned.
אישו.
Brokey has fallen from heaven down to sight.
אנשים לא יכולים לעשות אינווייטים יותר. הם חייבים לעשות ג'וין מהאינווייט שלי.
A vacant yard entirely. Apex can't believe
אבל
it.
מה ההבדל בין האינווייט שלך לזה שעכשיו אתה שולח לי אינווייט נגיד? ואז אני מפרסם את האינווייט שלך. מה ההבדל?
אין הבדל. וואלה זה להפך אחי, אין הבדל, וגם הלינק אחי של האינווייט הרבה יותר יפה מאשר disco.gg// קוד מסריח. אתה מבין? האינווייט לינק שלי עכשיו הרבה יותר יפה, זה כאילו רשום ממש /3CRgang.
אין בעיה, אבל מה ההבדל ביניהם אחי חוץ משם? לא יודע אחי, כאילו...
שכאילו אנשים לא יכולים לעשות אינווייט משלהם.
נכון. אבל השאלה עכשיו אתה מזמין אותי, שולח לי קישור, ואז אני יכול לפרסם את הקישור הזה. ואז כשאני מפרסם את הקישור הזה, אנשים עוד יכולים להיכנס. אנשים שאתה לא רוצה שייכנסו יכולים להיכנס. אני יודע על מה אתה מדבר, אבל כאילו אני שואל את עצמי.
כן, לא, אין בעיה. כל עוד הם נכנסים בלינק שלי, אין בעיה.
טוב.
הבנת כאילו את הנקודה? אם הם נכנסים בלינק יענו של... אם הם נכנסים איכשהו לסרבר בלינק אחר, אז זה כאילו פריצה לסרבר, בוא נגיד ככה, ואני לא אוכל הכי לדעת אחי אם הבן אדם הזה לג'יט או לא.
כן.
אמא, עוד 2 דקות, אמא! אני אתן לך דוגמה. תחשוב על זה שיש לך נגיד בסרבר, נגיד 10 אנשים עכשיו, וכל ה10 אנשים האלו הם אותו בן אדם, ואתה לא יכול לדעת אחי אם זה אותו בן אדם או לא. אתה מבין? מה הדרך היחידה שאתה תדע אם זה אותו בן אדם? זה רק אם אתה איכשהו תראה את ה-IP של המשתמשים, ואז אתה תראה שלכל 10 המשתמשים האלו יש את אותו פאקינג IP. אתה מבין? אז אתה תחשוד. אתה מבין מה אני אומר? כל אחד אמור להיות IP מיוחד.
Trying to keep the hopes of vitality alive. Molotov for the bomb, but a smoke on top. He has the cross. Kerrigan forcing his hand, drawing him in, and stepping FaZe ever closer to a map 1 win.
Yeah, they made that as hard as possible. And as cool as that was to bring that 1v4 close, it feels like another opportunity that Vitality needed. As FaZe gets to 11 off a second clean round. Right into the scope of Brokey in Squeaky to kick the round off. And then again, stuck in purgatory here outside the smoke after the mollies come down. Essentially waiting to die. In FaZe's eyes, they're watching this with 2 players on rifles.
Sometimes we talk about ZywOo as perfection, but in this case, he's peeking Squeaky with a molly in hand, caught out before anything can get going. Pressure mounts.
The Vitality fans don't give up. And the FaZe fans know never to get comfortable. It's always going to be an exciting finish with them. One of those teams that makes every matchup worth watching. Even on a bad day, these guys know each other so well. It has less to do with aim, more to do with reads. But of course, form is a question too here for Vitality.
Kerrigan making sound. Oh man, Spinks is ready for fights, and I mean, he knows he's got him locked in the corner, thinking maybe this is a distraction, maybe there's more to handle. And Spinks not playing too individually, not chasing a frag there, but just making sure that he maintains all of lobby.
אני לא משחק בתחרות, אנחנו צופים בתחרות אחי. נראה לך הייתי משחק שם והייתי עושה לייב ידפוק.
Big move here, but it's going to be Rain still tucked in. Oh, ZywOo catching Kerrigan as he tries to slip forward. Flamesy will then get peeked by back garage, so that's another CT known to Vitality. One of them already down.
Server settings.
Where's the big round, ZywOo?
Invites. אני עכשיו...
When is your moment?
Because we have been waiting.
איזה
So they
נייף.
walk away. Spinks heard that one defender on A early on, frozen silently. Slips back into the all-powerful vent position. Rops is here to help him. You said FaZe Clan's members know each other well? Well, they tether so nicely. But no utility to deal with that. Frozen has to sprint out. Concerned about both entries. No eyes on HUD. He snaps over. Rops kills one. There it is again. That tethering. For a second, there's a gap. For a second.
איזה קבוצה אחי.
You'll be pounced upon. Where is the punish? They molly opposite fence.
אני לא יודע אם זה בגלל המפה או שזה השחקנים פשוט יותר טובים מהם אחי. וואו.
They can both peek off each other. Look how they work together. It only strengthens their setup. There's no one coming out of Squeaky. It would have been a free duel to take, and Frozen, he is reliable on his first trade. but that only made his life easier.
Look what they have.
Rounds.
All they've got. Tech9's Adig, Scout, Galil. Times are tough for Vitality because that first half sure as hell set a precedent. Apex throwing caution to the wind is already down secret. Looking to just change up timing desperately, looking to frazzle FaZe, to pull on a string, to open a door, to cause a commotion, something to get FaZe with their backs turned, something to get them off-kiltered, off-timing. But Frozen is given yet another chance to thrive close smoke. And the calmness of this sea of FaZe Clan's players is great. But Apex is the X factor. Frozen's in the pocket. He's got himself the double.
איזה יופי. בבקשה, בבקשה תנצחו את הראונד הזה.
The other rifle. Kerrigan gets off sight. This could be his chance, his moment. Brokey looking outer sees nothing. Numbers known inside of the A site. Kerrigan comes back.
איי איי איי.
Off of the bomb site into the hut, but now without a teammate. It is Zywoo looking for the late game impact.
יש!
Apex wins the
יאללה.
fight between the
2 על 1, יאללה.
And so it needs to be Robs. If there's anybody who can crack the code, it's the programmer himself. And Zywoo hides.
לא יכולים עכשיו
Apex
לעשות
stutters.
inviting.
Found out and dealt with. Zywoo, it is all about the swing, the if, the might, the maybe. But he holds. And Rob's falling silent, gets ever closer. Zywoo!
לא, אחי!
He makes the calculation.
למה הוא יצא אליו, יא סתום הזה? זהו, איזה משחק מסריח.
A clutch from somebody that we haven't
מה זה, איזה משחק מגעיל היה לו, אחי?
It's about time we got one from Robs.
It's about time we get one like this from FaZe. Always better.
170,000 צופים, אחי. לא מאמין.
Holding secret purpose. Smoke. Secret first. I'm playing again. Right there, yeah. I'm flashing outside. Lining up second, Hovey. I'm ready. Go. Smoking.
Looking down.
Holding secret still.
Only warehouse.
Going into blue. Yeah. Can you give him all up, Rocky? Here, blue. Here, config. Here, config, Hovey.
Behind you, warehouse dead!
Nice. I'm taking space with Hovey. Yeah. Here, main walk out now.
There's nothing face for outside. I'm fully main walkout.
I'm flashing main now. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna peek it from garage. I'm marked over again.
Forward secret.
Dead main.
Nice. Come in.
Yeah. That should be. Nice, Holy man! It's fucking insane! Fucking sick, boys. Come on. It's on sound! Sick.
תשמע, איזה קבוצה, אחי. כמה זמן בערך יש לנו עכשיו זה? יש לנו את הפרסומות האלה. נגיד ניקח 10 דקות. 10 דקות מפה.
But ASON spent all the money to make the headphones good, and they got no money left for the commercial. So I'm gonna need you to head
אם אתם גיימרים, אתם חייבים לשמוע על הדבר הבא. תכירו את באפפיי, כרטיס האשראי הראשון לגיימרים בישראל, שהופך את הקניות שלכם למוצר.
Rob's decent Twister playing this map for the first time. Same with Brokey, but Brokey knows it now. And the Flames still looks class. Like, what is this, bro? 2.25, Jesus. Flames, little bit asleep today, though. Just like Zaiwu. Oi, oi, oi. Chat, Vitality is not awake right now. Do we all agree? If there's a day where we beat Vitality, it's today. It's now. It's now. Yeah. Boys, I'm running an ad we have none during the fucking games, yeah? Zack, you will never have an ad during the games ever on this fucking stream. You can also, Twitch Prime, which is a free sub, helps me out. You can just click on subscribe, and then the button right here, the blue button on elevate your subscription. You go to subscribe, blue button, free sub, use it on any creator, bro. It helps them out. And your fucking Twitch in the ass, basically, because minus 250 for them. Or whatever creators are getting off a sub. Holy... I didn't just say that. Nine. It's common knowledge, no? So, what else do we have? They get same money as for a normal sub. What is this? Ohne let's do crowd interviews after Vertigo. So you can take a long register and zwischen and between crowd between matches. After Vertigo. Yeah, okay. So right now, not Dona. Okay. Goes for all the primes. Twitch Zony with the 3 months. Vorzi with the Twitch Prime. NICLKA with the Twitch Prime. Daltko with the Twitch Prime. Flux with the Twitch Prime. Kuss, guys, kuss. I appreciate it, bro. Dona, you can call me whenever. You can call me whenever for crowd and stuff. Oh, yeah, boys, if you're unaware, by the way, this is what the playoffs look like. We have Navi vs G2 right after this. Yeah? We have 2 games. We're in the semi-finals of the first CS2 major. Most important major, probably right after the last major. Last one was the last CSGO major, now it's the first CSGO major. The end of an era and the start of an era. Alright, this is the ones that you really want to win. Vitality won the last CSGO major. They have that under their belt. Not this one though. Not fucking this one though.
עכשיו זה סמי פיינל?
G2. Who do I cheer for?
זה פלייאוף, זה לא סמי
This
פיינל.
may seem weird. This may seem weird. Why would I want G2 to win? Because Nico doesn't have a major under his belt, has been the GOAT rifler since ever, but never won a major. Never won a major. Mayonnaise absolutely deserves a major as well. My guy fucking wins games solo, never tilts, is a fun fucking guy. Like, bro, how can you not like him? What a fucking dude, bro. Like, a major for Mayonnaise would be nice as well. But!
זה מצחיק הוא.
That's my driller right there. Probably the pro who I do the most with. He's an actual friend. And then as well, this guy right here, Alexi, who has been tossed from orc to orc. Never found any success. What is this trophy cabinet? Any other player with a name like Alexi B, you see at least trophies until here. Alexi B, the last trophy that he won, this one right here, Blast Series Madrid, 125k, and that was almost 5 years ago. What the fuck? And today is his fucking birthday. Alright? If there is a time to win a major or to at least make it to the grand final, it is to fucking day. Because happy fucking birthday to Alexi, boys and girls. Yeah? The dream for me would be a FaZe versus Navi grand final or FaZe versus G2 grand final. Yeah? One of the two. On this first...
We'll be acting real.
נגיד, אתה מקבל ב10 לרביעי. נגיד, אתה מקבל ב10 לרביעי משכורת, תשים בצד. חשבתי דווקא תלמוד כאילו באיזה שלב.
תודה. נו, שהמשחק יתחיל כבר, קוסאמק. אתה מכיר את זה שבא לך לאכול ולראות משהו תוך כדי? BS, my friend, BS.
Oxygen, and for that, Kerrigan, maestro round for him.
Yeah, look, you've got a chance to get some oxygen into your bloodstream, Matteo. We're going to go to Parla on the stage.
Thank you, Richard. Everyone in this arena. Up next, a very special guest, an esteemed guest, once the most feared lurker in the world. 5 major finals, 1 major trophy. Everybody in here, raise the roof for Christopher Goodroyd Alusand! Christopher, how are you doing? Are you enjoying the arena vibes, mate?
I am just so happy to be back. I mean, you don't want to miss a major, and now CS2 is out finally, and it's the first one here in Copenhagen. It's just amazing times, if you ask me.
Absolutely amazing times. Simple one up next. Who's taken the W, Vitality or FaZe?
I mean, I think someone needs to step up a little bit, right? From after the first map. Sorry to say that, but I mean, I'm just hoping it's going to be 3 maps, if you ask me. That's what I want to see.
I think we all want to see 3 maps, right? Final question, Christopher. Final words, even. I'm going to leave them with you. Anything that you'd like to say, a message to our crowd here and our fans at home.
Oh, I'll take it for 1 second, okay. Hi everyone, once again, I'm here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Finally, we have CS2 around the corner, we have finals, we have Richard Lewis back on the desk. Hi buddy, much love for everyone who's doing in the scene, etc. And it's just amazing to be back and see you filling up the arena. Because Counter-Strike is the best game out there, right? And that's why we're here. We love the game, we love the people, we love all the teams and players and so on. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing because you guys are the best. Have a lovely time here in the Royal Arena.
Richard, in the desk, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Parla. Yeah, good to see another legend on the stage. Much love to Get Right. Gave so much to the game. And what Vitality wouldn't do for a player like him right now as we head into this map brought to you by our sponsor, Displate. Now, just to show you, these are super easy to mount. I'll show you the back. A magician shouldn't reveal his tricks, but these are like magic. They just use magnets and super easy. You don't need a tool to mount them. And they've been sponsoring the major, and they've even increased the discount that you can get. If you get 1 or 2, you get 30% off, and if you get 3 or more, 36% off. And you go to display.com/PGL. Make sure you use the code, and you can choose from all the officially licensed Counter-Strike artwork, and even up 200 different types of licensed artwork. But you will notice this time I chose a specific Displate, guys.
Yeah. Right.
And it's got vertigo.
I have massively respect for Displate making vertigo look so sexy. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks like a decent map from the out perspective right here.
Listen, I might actually just leave that there.
I mean, we can do analysis on the display right here. You know, if we're talking about vertigo,
please.
You know, we can talk about a little bit about the B side, maybe Messi presence over here. We can talk about what if I can find Zaiwu around A here in an AWP. Wasn't he really on the first map? This could be something. So I'm actually going to try and put my glasses on, see if I find.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where are you, buddy? Where are you at?
Listen,
maybe over here.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Vertigo coming up. This has been the wild card of the major for FaZe. And you said when you put it out there, they're going to float it. We saw with that Anubis ban at the start of the veto. And Kerrigan was just, he was doing this. I'm all ears.
Sure.
We can play this map. We can beat Vitality on this map. What do you guys think?
I'm curious to see whether or not FaZe can replicate the performance we saw against Team Spirit. One thing is going in, you know, when the map is brand new, you got nothing to show for, and obviously Team Spirit were a little bit surprised. Now there's material on FaZe Clan. If you're Vitality, you would have prepared for Vertigo. You knew it was an opportunity. You even picked it in towards FaZe Clan. So you have a little bit to look into. One of the main issues for me is whenever I watch Vitality play Vertigo, it all comes down to Zaiwu. I hate that we have to rediscover rediscover the whole conversations once more. His T-side rating on Vertigo is 1.6 on average. He's the guy and the only guy in a plus rating on average from Vitality when it comes to the map of Vertigo. If he's not going to show up tonight, there's absolutely no chance whatsoever Vitality is winning, despite it being their own map pick.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, listen, I'll bring you back to Stockholm and the first 2 games of Legend Stage and the famous Apex quote said to Zaibu, if you don't start playing now, buddy, it's over.
Yeah.
Probably a similar conversation happening in batch stage, but I will say the issue that you have if you're Vitality is that it doesn't really matter how deep the playbook for FaZe is right now. They are in a prime position to play FU Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
In your face CS. We're going to throw the rulebook out the window. We're going to cross smokes. We're going to abuse timings. We're going to play very punchy Counter-Strike. We know they can. They have the weapons for it. We had a couple of highlights from Rain, just stretching his legs outside, finding kills. This map can offer some of these solutions. Talking about the A side, you give a money advantage to FaZe, and suddenly they're up there, they're finding you. So I don't think they're expert at the map, but I also don't think it matters. I think they're in the perfect position right now to strike, and my heart bleeds, but the 2-0 is right around the corner.
One of the things that I was the most impressive about coming in and watching FaZe Clan play this map of Vertigo was the way Kerrigan was playing on the A-bomb side. Him and Apex are playing the same role, trying to dictate the pace on the A-ramp. Kerrigan was finding multiple multi-kills within that position. He was playing hearts out, some of the best Counter-Strike individually Kerrigan has played in quite some time. My issue is that we know Apex is going to be aggressive towards ramp. We even heard Kerrigan say it himself up here on the desk that the A-ramp control is what we're looking for, right? That's the fight we want to take. So it's going to be Kerrigan facing off versus Apex in the exact same position. And I've seen Kerrigan play more Counter-Strike and better Counter-Strike at this tournament than I have in a while. You laugh. I wouldn't be comfortable
you're right.
if I were Apex in that position.
No. Well, while you're talking about that, G2 want to get involved in the desk action. They've got their own analysis, and you can see there, we've been there.
That's fair. That's a good throwback.
Yeah,
really
not
is.
a bad throwback
and
at all.
That's so unfortunate because, of course, if you're Apex at this time, you think you have them exactly where you want to, but the problem is you could see by the movement of FaZe that they were aware of that risk. So I'm not even faulting him. Listen, he went for the multi-kill. He tried, and obviously now he's ended up being a little bit of a Nico camouflage, a Nico camo. That's what happened over there.
It happens. Look, so quickly, just before we get back into the action, is there a danger here that by FaZe floating Vertigo, you know, I know Xtaz and Apex, I know how hard they work. They will have seen the Spirit game. They probably looked at the demo before they even, you know, locked this map in. And I do have to say that while FaZe won that map and they looked better than we expected, they did start to run out of steam. There was another world where had 1 or 2 rounds just gone the other way. We're talking about Spirit right now and not FaZe. So maybe Vitality have their number.
I mean, listen, if you're a Vitality, you know that this was a possibility. This is a scenario that you had to prepare. It was made very clear that FaZe was ready to throw a little bit of Vertigo here and there. So this situation must have been anticipated, must have been prepared. Now, my issue is that I don't really know if I rely on their level overall. It's been a map that's mostly at the bottom of the pack in terms of this new roster.
Sure.
I'm struggling to find certainties here. But what I know is this is not a curveball per se. This had to be discussed, this had to be prepared, this had to be anticipated.
Yeah, final thoughts, Jacob.
Yeah, you're not surprised if you're Vitality, and you're obviously not surprised if you're Apex. You knew what you were walking into within this video as well. One thing I will say is that, yes, we have been impressed by FaZe Clan, especially their performance inside the arena so far, but let's not forget that Counter-Strike does come down to the nitty-gritty. They've only had 1 game on Vertigo. They almost threw it away against Spirit after having a fantastic start. They were riding on the momentum, maybe the same momentum they can use to apply pressure to Vitality right now. But one thing is for certain, when you're playing a new map on a stage like this, when you haven't really used it in any tournament for 4 or 5 months, your plan A, if that's not working, you don't have a plan B. You don't have a plan C. You don't have a plan D. How are you going to find solutions on a map that you never really played the past 4 months? So if Vitality can withstand the first, let's say, wave of pressure, wave of momentum, then they can win this map nice and easily. But if they go into the fight where Vitality is getting scared once more and playing bad Counter-Strike, well, we could look at a 2-0.
All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. It's time to take you back to our commentators for some hate maxing, some fraud watching, some scrawn dogging. It's Scrawny and Launders.
Yes, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Desk. That's right. Map up our FaZe, but the beauty of this match is both teams championship quality.
That's right. We've got the reigning major champs versus the King Slayers in FaZe Clan, playing for the first time before you today in playoffs at a major. So Royal Arena, on your feet, let's make history!
Hell yeah! Pistol round queued up. Vertigo queued up. A question mark queued up because what do FaZe bring to the table? Can Vitality punish them for believing that they now have this in their fancy bag of tricks?
That is the big question. Vertigo feels like the decider these days, especially when FaZe are involved. And we are teed up potentially for a 2-0. Vitality need to change that. They know they can win this map. They're just worried about why FaZe wanted to play it.
And not only does Robs go to the bottom of ladder, we've actually got Brokey and Frozen here towards T-spawn, so tons of pressure on the flank. And that conversation back of Nuke of like sometimes hesitating, not moving forward, it could very well come back to haunt Vitality right now. Those flanks are getting closer. Frozen activates, catches Apex. Now no more option to fall back. Zywoo early on, one and done. Bomb down, Flames along the smoke with Mezzy will take man advantage. So your flank's all fine and dandy, but now it's a retake. And now it is a climb over the wood that is demanded of them, and Vitality are ready to go right back into that fight.
I wish I could get to be a. I wish I could have heard the halftime or the break speech from Apex to his roster coming into Vertigo. What did he say to them? Because this is a level of fired up that I feel like we were missing a little bit on Nuke. That was perfect amounts of aggression here. And there was a hiccup, okay? When Zywoo doesn't get his, in this moment, the best pistoling player of 2023, best player with every single gun in 2023, you'd think, all right, they've got a problem. Flanks coming in, they're gonna lose spots moving forward, but it's young guys actually up front at Generator to create more space.
Nobody home on Tetris. Rain leans back. And Rain is a B anchor on Vertigo. Makes sense to me. Gotta prove the entity that is the solo defender. This time Apex very quickly. Just gonna charge him down. Mac 10, money made, bomb plant, all good.
Yeah. That's clean. It's a much better start.
What do you make of this idea that FaZe can suddenly start floating Vertigo in a best of 3?
The thing is, I mean, they built
Topex,
confidence. They
Topex.
probably put in a lot of prep into the map. It's definitely to say, though, when we saw that Spirit match, it felt like the playbook maybe ran dry a little bit when it came to T side. Spirit were able to just slowly climb back. Donk still had a great game versus them. So they didn't get everything that they were looking for in terms of map prep. But now we are a series removed from that. We don't know what happens when FaZe are in the gym, workshopping new ideas, fixing what they learned in that very tough game that went on a long time. And I think it's in the overtime rounds that you get the most growth. And when the game gets extended as far as it did versus Spirit, I think that's when you really saw that their ideas started flowing more. There was not just preparation, but also freedom and confidence of the individuals on the map. It came down to a very close moment at the end.
Insanely.
Yeah. We don't know what would have happened if the game went on. And Spirit were definitely capable of closing it out. But that can be said for any match. Again, this one's about pressure.
As the panel mentioned, rounds away from seeing Spirit in this head-to-head instead.
Obviously, Kerrigan's known for having the best vetoes in history. And we've seen teams take risks, right? We've seen IGLs and coaches try to do things by picking a cool map, but sometimes that blows back in their face. They don't win.
Right.
You're not a genius.
Well,
Kerrigan can pick the map that he barely plays.
And sometimes
at the perfect moment and win in an important game. To do it in playoffs.
That's when it works wonderfully. And that was that beautiful comparison post-match versus Spirit, where it's like, this is kind of, you know, Glabe's Vertigo versus Liquid in Berlin type beat. Brings it forward here at the very first CS2 major. Now what we've got is a forward-facing Rain. A wonderful flash comes out to support him, but not able to really capitalize with the CZ. Poor Robs thinking maybe he could trick them, take the place of the corpse. In reality, burned back. Nade damage a little off the mark. Clean burst from the MP9. Third set of feet added to the defense. Apex clean pre-fire, but also takes damage. So there's a little bit to work with. If Brokey were to just rail a Deagle shot, that'd be one thing. But Mezzy seems to have gotten out of dodge. Fake plants once. Zywoo chews through smoke, and with it, a 4v2 comfortable conversion, so it seemed. Frozen winning a fight into middle just adds another layer, an extra gun, something more for FaZe to work with as they whittle away the money of Vitality on their 3-0 start.
I mean, the gut-wrenching thing would have been to see FaZe win another pistol, start off really strong. Vitality, they can do well in this map. They've still got to close out on map 3 if we get there. That could be Inferno, excuse me, the great decider. Still potential problems ahead in this one. Again, they're going to be wondering, how have FaZe evolved? And I think the scariest part about playing a team that doesn't play a map much is not knowing how they've evolved, not knowing what mistakes they've learned from. The thing is, this is a match where Vitality can just simply play to their own strengths and know they have a strong vertigo. They just have to not fall for the tricks that Kerrigan has been finding.
Honestly, easier said than done, huh?
Yes, it is.
Many have tried.
And that's why FaZe are the Kingslayer here in playoffs. A team that, of course, they won Antwerp. That was also the last time they got to playoffs. Vitality won the last major. Spirit were the #1 team expected to clear this event. On the hard side of the bracket, FaZe have already taken their scalp. And now looking for the reigning major champions.
רותם,
Again, there's nobody home close to
רותם,
Yes, my friend.
אם אני עכשיו בחו"ל, ונכון היום כשאתה רוצה נגיד לקנות סתם סיגריות או כל דבר אחר, אתה עושה דרך הטלפון שלך, או דרך הווי-פיי של הכרטיס אשראי, נכון?
תמשיך את הדוגמה.
אז ועכשיו נגיד טסתי לחו"ל, אני יכול לעשות אותו דבר פשוט?
תלוי, לא כל כרטיס אחי אתה יכול להשתמש בחו"ל, יש כרטיסים שאתה יכול להשתמש בהם רק בארץ.
וואלה?
יש לך כרטיסים, כן זה עובד ככה, יש לך כרטיסים אחי, שהם יכולים לעשות, איך אני אסביר לך את זה בצורה שתבין אותי?
המרה?
כן. יפה, בערך, לא בדיוק המרה, כן, בערך. יש לך כרטיסים שהם פשוט יכולים לבזבז אחרי רק שקלים, ויש לך כרטיסים אחי שהם יכולים ליאנו לעשות המרה, כן. משהו כזה. הם יכולים ליאנו לבזבז הכל.
הבנתי.
תשלם עליו יותר, אתה מבין?
כן.
Safe hands as they swat away FaZe.
למה?
כן, אני טס לחו"ל ואני רוצה לדעת אם אני יכול, כאילו מה, אני יוצא עכשיו זומנים.
וואלה אחי, לך תעשה מה שהיינו עושים שהיינו קונים אנט, שהיינו ילדים. לך תעשה ויזה ניתנת בבנק הדואר. אתה יכול להטעין אחי עד איזה 10,000 שקל.
כן, אבל בני זונות לוקחים 30 שקל, כן, בסדר, נו. מה זה 30 שקל? כמה הם לוקחים היום? 30 שקל לוויזה עצמה?
לא יודע אחי. וואלה לא יודע. זה, או שאתה נכנס באפליקציה אחי של הבנק אחי, ומזמין כרטיס.
זה הפלייאוף. שלב, בוא נראה איזה שלב.
First half banked on 2 pop-offs from Spinks, that's it. And then not to mention losing the 2v1, allowing Rops to close out that game to
איפה אנחנו עומדים?
Vitality have to grasp this chance, this start to vertigo with both hands. Brokey gives away his position, swings out, sees 4 players, all confirmed. Kerrigan, elevator, dies empty-handed, but there is still a piece in place, unbeknownst to Vitality. There he is, frozen from the corner, concerned about another one down beneath, but also given room to work. As he comes up, Apex is going to catch him. Nicely done. Tucking him down beneath tarp, waiting for the step up, waiting for Vitality to follow through. So what if you have a spanner in the works? This is the 5-0 start.
הנה, אנחנו בסמי פיינל של הפלייאוף. ואז גרנד פיינל מחר. סנדיי, מחר סנדיי ראשון, כן, סנדיי.
He is not just an IGL. He is not just an unlikely IGL, someone who started as an entry fragger who had low level.
אני לא חושב שיש קבוצה שיכולה על וויטאליטי במפה הזאת באמת.
To this role that we've ever seen in history to make it work to be crowned best IGL of 2023.
But I'll say on top of that, even when things started to get a little shaky for Vitality last year, we started to see Apex rule with a bit of an iron fist. Harsh words about his teammates. Clearly distraught in-game, mid-round. But that's what he demands of them.
Yes.
And that's what makes him a leader.
And you would be a joker, you know, you would be some kind of fool if you showed all those emotions but never put up results. But now they know that this captain knows how to get a championship, so they better listen.
Another fast one, another timing here on the B site that has just got Rain against the wall.
The call was don't let them think, and they want to get a quick anti-eco so they don't have to burn calories on rounds like this, thinking, playing it slow, respecting their opponents too much. That's what FaZe did to them at the beginning of Nuke. That's the edge that they need to get back to, I think, make themselves believe that if it comes to a third map that they can finish it there. When we saw FaZe crawl back from Paris, from the LCQ all the way to quarterfinals, played against Heroic, they cited being out of energy by the time that they got there.
Running out of steam.
We've seen almost the same run here from FaZe, except obviously they're looking stronger in playoffs, more energy than ever, playing better CS than we've seen before.
I'll chalk that up to the thought of winning the first CS2 major for Kerrigan to be competing in 3 versions of this game at a top level.
הוא ידע, הוא פשוט ידע, אחי.
Sphinx was always nervous about the possibility of the top ladder control. Good thing he kept his guard up. And it is with a swift shot that Robs goes down. Little pack of players out top mid. They will find him, but still, he's done his job. Getting active, finding 2, and allowing for the B site to be compromised. Flames again is looking to flex. We get that swing out from the MP9, quickly dealt with, and the rotator dies right with it. Vitality have pieces in place to keep up pace, to keep up pressure, to keep up this 6-0 lead.
Yeah, they're ready for it. They're ready for it 100%. This is what you absolutely love to see. This time it's not just Sphinx. And they vetoed out a map that has been very kind to Flamesy. But he's showing a little bit of range right now. Happy to jump on the construction site that is Vertigo.
Another fast one. Brain's got a chance at a multi. He's got Robs with him. That's the edge for FaZe. Man advantage, but at what cost?
They're using aggressive openings to get to very difficult, chaotic mid-round situations where you think FaZe would thrive, but that's actually a good sign of Vitality believing in themselves. They're not looking for the slow 5v5 to get 1 kill. They know they're way better in the default. They want to rock FaZe. Screw their opening game plan.
I mean, it's really the tempo that FaZe Clan set on the T side of their own map pick. Came out of the gate swinging at that A site.
The opening of the round is where FaZe have put most of their work in. That's the preparation, right? The mid-round is where the creativity blossoms, where the team who has more experience can come up with more ideas. This is what Vitality want to foster.
Ooh, Robs, man. Half a dozen frag grenades throughout this half have hit Tetris. Finally, one softens him up. So much so that a Molly's a guaranteed death. Had to swing, no other choice. Brokey without a frag thus far, map 2. Trying to work alongside Kerrigan, but these flashes are disruptive. Oh, hold on. Zaiwu almost snapping away too soon. It's a fake plant. And it's a stoic Brokey waiting as he has to get frozen into position. Flames' presence close green, known to him. And that rumbling of audio, all he needs. Finally, Zaiwu give it a chance to clutch. Brokey doesn't go through smoke just yet. Gun back up, and he's able to get off site.
Yo!
Stuffed in an instant.
Wow. No chance to shoot back. The newest member of FaZe cheats his way to the podium. That's nice.
Let's talk about him. Long has he waited for a chance to rejoin Kerrigan because he was always in Finn's ear saying if a spot opens up, it's mine for the taking. And it felt like an inevitability that eventually Frozen would step forward on FaZe.
You know, when it came to the quality of player that you get and the experience of playing with Kerrigan, there's no question that Frozen is an unbelievable guy. You know, when he played on Mouse, he went above and beyond, and he carried on every single map. When it came to replacing Twist specifically, you would think you kind of see it in the same way you could see Brolin going to Mouse. But there are some role changes that need to take place. But Kerrigan said, we're done integrating him now. Now it's time for results. FaZe have seen finals. Now they want trophies.
Rain again trying to find his groove here, but once more, a lot of players on the other side of this wooden wall. And behind his Molotov, they will start to clamber over. Mezzi right there, catches him off. Slight jiggle out of Rain, and it's a casualty again that can't be sustained inside this B site. Rotators trying to get over, but there is no rush from Vitality. They've got FaZe where they want them. Wounded, worried, down by 5 rounds. Kerrigan tries to stretch out for the M4. Good upgrade.
Wow.
It nets him a kill. As Vitality now look like they do want to follow through. We got a glimpse of what Brokey could do in the last round, but this time they do get by. Missed shots again. 1 kill to his name. And a B-bomb site that seems to belong to Vitality round after round.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of nades do they have to even get back into this retake? They've got to hope for a terrible mistake here from the CT side. Or the T side, excuse me.
A smoke.
It's looking like it's not coming.
Shoulder shots and what was feeling like a save queued up, but now with that kill towards mid, at least they've won the fight on one front. We're looking at Rops with the kit and the smoke, but we've got Flames pressed in. Vitality have to hold. Here it comes. Good clean headshot out of Mezzi. Still the CT's press. Trade strong. Rops able to get the trade back to the CT's favor, and it's Flamesy in the pocket, burning up a bomb site as Vitality show no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, perfect trade game between him and Mezzi. The ember of Vitality burning. They're fanning him. They're getting him more comfortable in these situations, and he is delivering. The lad who came from endpoints through OG to get his chance on Vitality. What a contract to nab. Massive shoes to fill in Dupree, who he replaced. As for Vitality, he is the fountain of youth. But in trying to buy more years, you sacrifice a veteran.
And it felt like that sacrifice was
יאללה אח שלי, למה לא? Envision.
Because one thing we said about Flames back on his OG days was his inability to perform on the big stage, right? Him and Dexter would tear up
בלי שום קשר, אפשר לשחק אחי, היום לא, אבל מחר בעזרת השם. אם אני לא אלמד נשחק.
You get signed for Vitality, you are no longer afforded that. So this 3K round from Flames, excellence.
Yes, he couldn't have played it better. Apex has got to be proud.
Wild to me that his interview as this tournament was going on is, I need to win a major so I can see it on my HLTV profile. Like that's the trophy, his big claim.
But knowing Flamesy, like that makes perfect sense.
He means it.
When you go DM against him, he wants you to know. Wow. So there's so many things that have mirrored Nuke in terms of how fast Vitality approached the beginning of the rounds into now all the slowdown in the next anti-eco. Kerrigan having to call all these pistoling situations.
Yo! I was gonna say no pressure, but maybe that's the beauty of an unoccupied bomb site. Flamesy walks half asleep into the Desert Eagle.
Right into the crouch transition. Some more establishing grenades as they go to take over the site.
And what is always this inevitable Spinks mid-play. When he first came into Vitality, let's talk about that. I would say the Lurks top mid Vertigo left so much to be desired.
That underpass on Mirage. He was playing it too slowly. He was so obsessed with keeping his DPR low that he failed to have real impact. And that is the game that all Lurkers have gone through. Even Robs on FaZe Clan has evolved so much in his time.
They're going to take a little glance at the site. Make Vitality nervous, maybe bring a couple down with bomb, but oh my! Oof. Flawless as they hold off on the site.
Yeah, you see them playing open off angles, getting their spray downs together. It's all good signs.
The uptick in Spinks' performance on Vertigo is why I find Vitality more and more often are happy to play this map. And if he's going to put forward a great performance, and even just not in the kills department, but the impact, right? The perfectly timed peaks out mid. keeping a defense on their toes with the threat of a top mid lurk is so critical, and it's something he does now so well.
I mean, I thought Spinks was a generational talent when he came from Ents. Then when he played on Vitality, to me, I thought I was wrong. I thought he was too inconsistent to be that. But his evolution in the past 2 years has been remarkable. And for me, he was the lurk of the year last year. Him and Rops, even being toe-to-toe is an amazing thing to think about.
Good one here from Frozen.
Ooh.
They're looking, they're starting to run more risks. Now they're
כן, זה שידור חי, אחי.
looking to get up in Vitality's face to try and turn it down a notch, but it costs him.
Yeah. And you know how much Vitality game plan towards the left side of A ramp to punish those short peaks. That's literally what they do all the time.
I feel like I've seen Apex die doing that a million times.
You're going to have to split some atoms to figure out the solution to that problem. Or pray that Zaiwu has 2 bad maps.
Rain.
Wow.
Completely canceled out. Whether it's frags or fire, the util here for Vitality on B is enough to unravel the defense. And so they are starting to realize the cost of floating Vertigo in this series. It's one thing to catch Spirit off guard with it, to go back and forth in a close affair. OT needed to divide the two, but now Vitality simply cut from a different cloth. 9-1 on this T side.
Unreal to see. Unreal to see after what we watched on Nuke. Amazing setup for what could happen in this matchup. To see if Vitality will win again.
Yeah, all the greatest roads lead to Inferno.
We thought for a minute that it was just in CSGO, but we've seen some unbelievable Inferno finishes recently too. Suddenly, people have started playing it more.
Kerrigan just looking to hang on to the M4, will still be challenged, but he's got it. As long as Zaiwu doesn't come hunting. All's good. 3 weapons held on to here by FaZe as they are looking for 3 rounds of a CT side.
Yeah, 3 rounds. There's going to be some egg on the face of Kerrigan if he can't get more out of this map. Win or lose, again, it's his quote that says, if you're going to lose a map, make it close at least. They'll have trouble trying to do that, but it does start still in this half. Amazing how many fast tactics have worked here for Vitality consistently. Almost all rounds have ended B.
Ooh, nice nade. Soften up the mid-play.
Wow!
They say, get the hell out of there.
Artillery strike back, sandbags, but...
אחי, וואו, מה אני רואה, אחי?
Funnily enough, it's him and Apex softened up early by the util. Rob's looking for the mid-peak, and the timing could have been T.
And that's with the nade that landed on Apex. He survives that. Perfect accuracy.
Spinks will be happy to swarm around spawn. That's going to keep Brokey in a tough spot because now it's a double peek.
Whoa.
And Spinks is making so much noise because he
אחלה
can.
ספינקס,
Because
אחי.
Vitality seemingly do no wrong.
Man, they found the gap right there. Was Rob's coming out of connector, and for a second he did have a back turn, right? But it was still being watched. Vitality wanted to come in inconspicuously and just say, let's see if we can get up to heaven and get that lurk frag to the guy who's playing in the back of default. And the connection was almost made for FaZe Clan, but it's just a little too late.
They're going to give them nothing.
וואי, וואי, וואי. מה אני רואה, אחי?
In the second half, a very quick and swift reminder to the reality that is the major stage.
That's right.
וואלה, כן, מר טוסטר.
That's the 5 at DE Airport.
מה זה, הם היו ישראלים?
Nice shot from
Huh?
Apex. Almost feels like that's a little revenge for when he gets caught by Frozen back on Nuke. Instead, they're going to give them nothing. No chance at a recovery.
Wow.
No rounds to work with in the second half. A very quick and swift reminder to the reality that is the major stage.
That's right.
FaZe next map is airport. שומע? רותם.
אח שלי.
ויטאליטי מנצחים את פייז, אז איזה מישהו רשם פייז next map is the מקף תחתון airport.
That's the 5.
And it's a patience game because this second round is everything.
It's a full standoff. No one's
אחד על אחד.
Zaiwu comes to the fight, and he wins it.
And a pop-off because that is 11. That is a masterclass of a T-side.
בטח שזה כיף, אחי. כשיש לך ישראלים בצד השני זה מאוד כיף.
You ain't it. You're not those guys.
You're not those guys, pal. My God.
Maybe
This
you
is
can
really,
you know,
setting up this match. My goodness.
אחלה ניקיטה.
maybe you can scrape the barrel and get it past a bunch of kids, but when it comes to the reigning major champions, no chance.
It's a perfect contrast between those two teams, right? It's the heroes of today versus the guys who were the heroes in Paris, who still have, who's supposed to be the best player in the world, of course. After the last map, there are questions if he's going to be the best player in the server. It's two different sort of standards. When you talk about X factor, it's almost Sphinx factor when it comes to vitality. But 11-1 now, we've seen Mezzi have amazing rounds, Flamesy by his side in an entry duo, Sphinx timing.
לא, לא, ישראלים. ספינקס ופליימס זה ישראלים, אחי.
These clan look like they have nothing but flaws.
מה זה מי אמר לך? ישראלים. יהודים, הכל, מה יש לך אתה?
Give this pistol your all. And whether it goes south or not, you just bank on the fact that Inferno awaits us in the wings. Phasing comebacks, hand in hand. But my God, this one's desperate. And as the desk said, it's when you start to bank on all the experience in tough spots like this. There is no experience on Vertigo, but there is a 4v2 post plant to at least try to kick off this T-side with. Mezzi and Sphinx, nothing to lose. Go for it, gun for it.
Now, just looking for the kills at this point. They cannot fight their way back out of this. Sphinx alone, V4, normally his happy place. Not today, but for vitality.
איזה קבוצה דונק בכלל?
Don't ask that question.
How could they screw this up?
They are playing FaZe.
What are the odds that FaZe come back into this game after vitality looked this good? If we were watching any other team, there wouldn't have been a hope or thought. FaZe clan? Maybe. We'll see. We'll go by the round.
כי אלמוג, ויטאליטי זה המפה שלה, אחי. ורטיגו זה המפה של הגבר. מה אתה חושב? הם יודעים הכל במפה הזאת, כל תזוזה אפשרית. נודר, הם הולכים בעיניים עצומות, הם יודעים לאן הם הולכים במפה הזאת, יגנוב. בעיניים עצומות. איך הוא נבבל, אחי.
Every once in a while, huh? Kerrigan just, he's got it. Dealing with these unarmored CTs swiftly. Nice USP kill out of Sphinx, gotta give it to him. But that's it, just one. Kerrigan leads the charge up short.
אם עכשיו... כן, אני יודע מתאמן על המפה שאף אחד לא מתאמן עליה. נכון? אינפרנו הם גם חזקים באינפרנו מאוד אלמוג, אחי, מאוד, אחי. מאוד אלמוג. אם עכשיו ויטאליטי מנצחים, אז הם ישחקו באינפרנו.
He knows it better than anybody else. And so he will try his damnedest to lead this one back.
And that's a man that hangs on to every threat and pulls as hard as he can. Looking to make magic happen once again. It's MR12 and Vitality are close to winning, but that also means it's an easier comeback here for FaZe.
אם תשימו לב, גם אין להם את אותו שיטת משחק, כאילו אין להם שיטת משחק של... תראו, הם פשוט עושים אולד, אתם רואים? פייז עושים פשוט אולד, הם לא פורצים אותם כמו שויטאליטי עשו. אתה רואה, הם הולכים פשוט, הם פרצים פשוט לסייטים, הם לא עושים איזה משהו כמו שוויטאליטי עשו. וואו, אבל וואו! וואו! איזה שחק. וואו!
Blink and you miss it, it's a flash freeze inside of the site and a hope. A lifeline for FaZe by the newcomer, nonetheless.
That's right, versus the newcomers on Vitality. Beautiful there from Frozen. It was a little bit of Vitality.
תודה רבה לעוקב. תשמע, פייז שברו להם את הפנים. כן? פייז שברו להם את הפנים, אחי, במפה הראשונה. כן, התחילו להגיב.
You need X factor. You need pistol prowess. You need talent. You need composure.
He's never had a fan base like this either. Frozen started off as a 13-year-old talent.
מסכים איתך, אלמוג. יש שם שחקנים אגדות, אחי, מה? יש שם שחקנים ש... וואלה, אחי, הם אגדות, אחי. קריגן, אחי. קריגן שחקן ברמה מאוד גבוהה, אחי. מאוד, אחי.
But that comes with the maximum amount of pressure.
Yeah, he knows it.
Yeah, and again.
When you think about how long he has waited as well, I mean, I think he's content with his time back on Mouse. I think he's happy to have had Shuhei to work with.
איזה פיק, אחי!
But he wanted back in on Kerrigan's
בחיים לא הייתי חושב על פיק כזה.
That was good use of the one gun that they've got.
I expect nothing less from Vitality.
Yeah, and this will be FaZe concerned about exactly how many more are on the map. They also have to play the game of camping the one weapon that's been dropped or getting rid of it if they can safely. And they do go over top.
It's given back to them. Brokey emerges from the B-site trenches. Mezzi laying smoke ahead of him. But that smoke gives a pocket to the T's to play behind. Honestly, that gives a great chance for them to climb over, challenge Orange, even swing. But Spinks is now going to add himself to the defenders. Rain will win his duel, catching the flank, which raises the alarm of the possibility of this stacked B-site. FaZe may have lost their first player, but they've reclaimed the man advantage. And more importantly, they've got a good idea as to the picture, as to the Vitality defense and the positioning. But that M4's still here, and that flash from Flame... Vitality start to charge in. They've taken it down to just Robs and Rain, and the pressure keeps on coming. Vitality
מאחוריהם. יואו, איזה אפס אתה זיו.
To try and reclaim B, 25 seconds, but they've got bomb and 2 rifles, and positions aside one another. Rob's looking for another clutch, looking for another chance, and you know damn well that when given these chances, he can thrive. Spinks on the other side, dodges shots. Bombs in hand, plant is good. Spinks slides.
חכם! חכם! חכם, אחי! תראה לי ריפליי! תביא לי לראות את הריפליי! חוכמה, מה היא? מה היא חוכמה? אחי, זה חכם, אחי. זה שחקן חכם. תראה, תסתכל, תראה מה ספינק עושה, תסתכל, שים לב טוב טוב, אחי. הוא לא מחורר אותו בסמוק, הוא יודע שהוא שם, הוא לא יחורר אותו, אבל תראה מה הוא עושה. תראה. חכם, אחי! תראה את האייפקס, תראה! תראה איזה חולני הוא, אחי!
Frozen turns, not this time. Brokey, close smoke, recovers. Inside, Zywoo thrives for only a moment because Rain hot on the heels of the short push. With CTs amidst them, it is still FaZe to churn through this defense, to get bombed down, and to continue.
חבר'ה, תנו בלייקים ובואו לטוויץ' או ליוטיוב, חבר'ה. יאללה, ויטאליטי, תנו את הווין הזה, תנו. נכון? כי זה מלחיץ, אחי, תראה כמה אנשים צופים לך, בוא תראה כמה צופים יש במשחק הזה, אחי, אתה מסתלבט עליי? 183,000 צופים ויש להם שם עוד במה שלמה שצופה בהם של איזה לפחות 5,000 איש, אחי. זה מלחיץ, אחי.
He's not doing it all the time, and that's one thing that I want to give Apex massive credit for. He's still that wild animal that we remember from him in his entry fragger days, but he is so much more careful.
תגיד, אח שלי, אם אתה צופה בהם, הם עדיין עושים את זה כמו פעם, שמי שצופה מקבל דרופים של קופסה?
לא, אין את זה.
לא, איזה גייז.
אין את זה.
אין קופסאות מייג'ור יותר?
לא יודע, אין את זה יותר. אני זוכר שפעם היית יכול לקבל סקינים.
היית צופה, לא סקינים, היית צופה, נכון, גם מישהו פעם קיבל דרופ של סקין.
של איזה, נראה לי דרגון לור היה פעם.
נכון, היה פעם.
שעוד הם היו משחקים בקאבלסטון, כן, שהם היו משחקים בקאבלסטון, כאלה, כן. לא יודע למה, לא יודע מה האישיו. וואלה, אחי, תדע לך שאתה מפתיע אותי, אחי, שאתה אומר לי את זה, אני שכחתי מזה.
מה, אתה סלבטר, אחי?
It's not over till it's
בטח
over.
אחי, היה לך אחי, אתה לא זוכר אחי, כל ראונד אחי, היה לך דרופ של קופסה יא גזור, על מה אתה מדבר אחי? כל ראונד.
נכון.
כל ראונד אחי. זה למה אני זוכר אחי שהיינו צופים בזה גם. אתה דפוק, אני זוכר אחי, הייתי צופה אחי, בשביל להגביר את הסיכויים שלי לקבל דרופ של קופסה, הייתי צופה אחי גם בקונטר, במשחק אחי, וגם בטוויץ'.
כן, לא אשכח את זה.
Yeah, they're hedging here. So there's an investment very scary for FaZe to go up against. They should consistently win a round
יאללה,
like
אתה
this, but
זוכר
they're
אחי?
certainly no
אתה
guarantee
מבין
to
אימא
solve
עליה
it.
אחי, אשכרה קאבלסטון, איזה מפה אחי.
וואי, זאת הייתה מפה, וואלה, מפה באמת.
מפה מפגרת אחי, מפה מפגרת, אני לא אשכח אחי.
אני לא יודע איך הם מעיפים מפות כאלה אחי. קאבלסטון, קאש. אני באמת לא מבין איך הם מעיפים את המפות האלה אחי.
מה זה אחי, כן.
Close crane peek is one of the deagles.
לא, הייתה מפה קטלנית למייג'ורים אחי.
כן, וואלה כן, לפיינל כזה.
כל מקום אחי, כל מקום אחי, יכול להיות לך דברים הכי פסיכיים. כל מקום.
אני אשים NVIDIA.
He's got options to hold for ramp as well. They disassemble and Brokey opts not to
איזה,
swing.
גם אני אגיד לך מה הקטע אחי, פרצו לך סייט אחי? וואו, איזה רע זה לפעמים יכול להיות אחי.
Trying to just climb into the B site before
לעשות
support
טייק אובר על
arrives.
סייט
With
וקאבלסטון,
map 2 on the
זה אחד
line, this
הסיוטים אחי.
retake is already getting queued up. Kerrigan will waste no time. And it's going to cost him. There goes half his health. And in goes the tease, the lineup potential frozen. Nothing. Vitality all the way through. And so map 2 queued up for the French.
יאללה, עוברים למפה האחרונה. רותם, אתה רוצה לראות איתי את המפה האחרונה?
FaZe may be better on the big stage, but we're talking about the returning major champions. And Inferno decides which of these two legends goes on.
למה שיתוף? תראה כמו שצריך, מה, באיכות גבוהה, אחי, כנס לטוויץ' של המשחק. שולח. כאילו, המפה תהיה עוד איזה 10 דקות, כאילו, כי זה מפה אחרונה.
צריך להיות 10 דקות.
אין בעיה, אני שולח את זה פה לבינתיים, אני ארד לעשן סיגריה נראה לי. למרות שיש לי פה צופים, אני לא רוצה, זה GG, כן. מתי מתחיל המשחק? עוד 10 דקות בערך. אתם תהיו פה אלמוג וטוסטר ואינביז'ן. יש לי 7 בטיק טוק ועוד איזה 5 ביוטיוב ובטוויץ'. מה רציתי? רציתי פה יוטיוב. נראה לי אני אלך רגע לעשן סיגריה, אין בעיה, אני נראה לי אלך לעשן רגע, אני לא אכבד את הלייב. אבל רגע, אני רוצה לעשות איזה משהו. זהו. טוב חבר'ה, אני משתיק את המיקרופון.
תשאיר את הסטרים פועל אחי על איך קוראים לזה, על השידור שלהם של המייג'ור אחי, ותבוא להטיס מהפלאפון.
כן, אני בא. ביי. סיגריה ואני בא, 5 דקות. ניקיטה, שאני אחזור, אני אראה איזה חיים שלי.
אז
series, and a question for you, panel. How does Carrigan's float taste today?
You had that one, huh?
Yeah, well, we saw a difference, really, between the Spirit game. This is kind of the difference between, okay, we'll give it a chance, we'll roll the dice, and you're going up against masters on the map. Vitality, absolutely right to pick this and call Phase's bluff.
Definitely, and I think we should start by giving a couple of praises, not only to Apex, but probably also the coaching staff of Vitality, because we've seen a complete 180 in behavior and attitude on the server. I have no idea where the composure from Vitality came from. They were just off the back of an extremely heartbreaking first map, and they showed on Vertigo as if nothing had happened, as if this was the first map of the series. They went through the motions that they needed. They were very much on the money with the early stacks. We see some of the exchanges that happened. I think Apex had great reads on where the fight would happen, how many players do you need. They played with time accurately. Messi was stellar. We'll touch on him as well. This is an incredible reaction from Vitality, but I'm right there with you. One day you're a genius with the float, and the other day you're a clown, and this is what happened in this map.
I think it's only fair that we replicate that conversation, right? Because once you open the door into Vertigo, and once you rightfully give Kerrigan and FaZe Clan credit for doing that against Team Spirit at such a pivotal moment, you also got to look at how they played against Vitality today. You said, how do they come out and look so composed, look so good? I think FaZe Clan made it incredible easy for them. I don't want to take anything away from Vitality, because I agree with you. The players stepped up. You had Messi showing up. You had great calls coming out from Apex. Composure looked good for Vitality, but FaZe Clan looked like the team who couldn't find their footing whatsoever on Vertigo. A lot of the duels that they were taking, you could just see they were uncomfortable. You see Rain constantly trying to force the issue. Of course, he's the entry frag of the team. He's the guy trying to create the space for the rest of the teammates, but there was no one to follow it up. There was no second guy in. There was no trade frag potential. It looked like a disjointed FaZe Clan. So as much as I want to give credit to Vitality for looking super, super solid right here, I was very disappointed in FaZe Clan. I think they played bad Counter-Strike.
And it's got to be said as well, a little bit of a bounce back for ZWoo. I mean, the ADR is the important stat, really, but not classic, not 100%.
This was better. I would say this was better, and it is encouraging if you're a Vitality fan. If you're thinking that there is a trajectory that's sort of being designated here, you might have hopes for the third map. Some would say what a test it's going to be. I don't really think he was the architect of that. I think he stepped up towards the end. He had a couple of stabilizing situations, but this one, Messi is the one that is deserving of the most praises. If we're gonna give him flowers to Apex for the orchestrating of the strategies, when he sent Messi to open the sides, and I'm mostly talking about the B side, his time to kill was absolutely stellar. The fact that he was so clear on the jiggles, clear on the peaks. He also, at some point, abused Brokey a couple times. We saw misses. That is something that we have to talk about. But Messi was clear. He was brilliant on this map. That's a couple of examples. Exactly what I'm talking about. He gave us a bunch of these. Clap for Messi.
It's one of the maps where Messi really come into play, I'd say. I think we've seen it before from Vitality. Not a map they play an awful lot, but whenever they do, it does feel like Messi is showing up to it. It's also one of the maps where we thought that they were going to miss Magic's the most, right? The position that he was playing in, the anchor roles, etc. I think Messi have been able to come in and replicate some of that consistency in those roles as well, especially on the T side with the opening department towards the B bomb side. Again, as much as I want to give Messi a lot of credit, again, I feel like it was just disjointed.
Don't worry, I'll give the credit, you give the credit. It's all right, it's all right. We work it out.
Right? It was almost too easy for Vitality. I'm left with a feeling right now, and I hate to say it out here, but it's been a bit of a boring semifinal in the sense that it hasn't been competitive. It's been two very one-sided maps, two very lopsided maps, and none of the two teams have showed up at the same time, and hopefully we get that on map 3.
Well, we can talk about map 3 now. It's a good little segue there. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it. Obviously, Inferno, it's a map that's kind of fallen on hard times of late, but it's always good as a decider, I mean, historically.
So what Vitality have going for them is that they haven't ignored the map. I think a lot of the teams at the highest level have put Inferno in the back of the drawer, you know, where you put your sweaters that you think you're going to use once upon a time in 5 years. A lot of teams did that, not Vitality. I think they kept on the work with Inferno. I think that's a map that they're trialed and tested a couple times. If we talk about Messi, I don't think he's in a state of grace quite yet. It is a little bit of a complicated situation, but still, there's a bunch of database, there's a bunch of reference games as well for Vitality. We see 6 here, so in terms of the veto, I mean, listen, they have FaZe where they want them to right now. They have them on that Inferno. FaZe haven't played the map since Katowice.
No, but when they play the map, or when they did play the map during Katowice, they were dominating the opposition. Not against the very best teams in the world, and then again, you look at a team FaZe Clan who are yet to lose on the map the past 3 months, and prior to that as well, so they come in with a bit of confidence, but that's a great point that I want to bring up right here. You're in a semi-final, you played a long major so far, you've been there for a couple of weeks, and now it's the first time you pull out Inferno.
I know.
If anything, Vitality have a bit of experience, even a humbling experience against Eternal Fire, where they ended up losing Inferno in a close game where I would argue Major outcalled Apex, so there was a lot to be learned from that one as well. Maybe Kerrigan have been in looking at that, trying to replicate some of the same things that they could expose in regards to the Vitality performance in that one. For my money, though, if you're FaZe Clan, you're bringing in a new map that you haven't played at this major at all. It's a big gamble.
Okay, well, I want to talk about that gamble because obviously we have no idea where Kerrigan has, done the prep work, right? He's obviously floated Vertigo. We've talked about that, and that's 1-1. Okay.
Yes.
Overall, now coming in on this Inferno that they haven't practiced overall, I can't believe he would have just kind of left it there unless he had something up his sleeve.
I mean, listen, you had to know that this was going to be part of the pool. If FaZe had no intention to remove it, Vitality would never. They would absolutely never remove Inferno. They played it last time they faced. That was a World Final. It came in favor of Vitality. So if you're Kerrigan, you know they were waiting for you. In fact, I thought it could have been a pick. I didn't know the float Vertigo was going to happen.
Yeah.
So the prep done has been worked. Now, listen, if we're going to make comparisons, if we're going to draw between Hooksy and Kerrigan, I think if you are Kerrigan right now, you're hoping to pull a Hooksy. That's what you're hoping to do. I'm going to bring you back to that G2 game on Inferno.
Yes.
Kerrigan's going to try his very best to do just that.
Right.
You can already imagine the Kerrigan versus Apex shock that is about to happen in Banana is like none of them have a break anymore. They're not breaking. They're just deadpanning it, and we're going to have a collision right in Banana.
Yeah, well, Banana's a mess right now. I mean, look, I'm going to just say it. I obviously remember all the different iterations of Inferno. Yeah, exactly. I am old. You have noticed that. And obviously, right now, it just feels like it's more important than it ever has been. Whoever wins there wins the map.
It's always been a big, a big place within the map. It's always been a place on the map that dictates the pace of the game as well. There is something you can do to avoid it too much, and you can just not attest Banana in the beginning of the rounds. I see a lot of teams spending an awful lot of utility in the beginning of the rounds in order to take control over Banana, and there used to be a time where everyone was okay with retaking Banana late into the round. That seems a little bit more complicated nowadays with the new layout of Inferno, let's put it that way. A little bit more tight, a little bit more claustrophobic in that way. So I'm curious to see whether or not the two teams are going to go fight head-to-head for Banana in the beginning of the game, or if any one of them is willing to play a slow-paced T-side where they allow each other to take Banana control, and then we go into the retake scenarios on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you start playing the slow style, then this is where the chess mastermind comes into play, and this is where we really have a Kerrigan versus Apex. At that game, I don't believe the captains are going to be the only ones we have to talk about. I think movement needs to come from within on both teams, right? Zaiwu is obviously a name we can mention. His movements on the CT side are going to make or break Vitality. When you talk about Monesi, you talk about his movement. He's the one trend-setting on Inferno. Zaiwu has to have these kind of movements. How do you have that? With game sense, when being in the flow. So you're hoping he carries that over from Vertigo and he can stay activated. We pitched a Rops versus Sphinx matchup.
אוי, חבל לא הבאתי לי מים.
And ladies and gents, this is all it's happening.
שנייה, אני אביא לי מים, חבר'ה.
Octagon right there. In apps, this is
היי.
going to have a bunch of these
Reconnect.
Rops versus Sphinx fights happening. Rops is a master at trying to eat map control away when he's on the CT.
שנייה, אני בא מביא לי מים.
Sometimes he exaggerates a little bit, overstays his welcome. Whoever gets the best of it or the other is going to create such massive space for his team to use that space. That is going to be a marquee matchup right there on Inferno.
If anything, they lurks on the T side as well. We've seen Sphinx do that time and time again for Vitality, always crawling up middle, staying inside apps, and whenever they do an A hit, Sphinx will be there lurking around trying to catch someone in rotation. We've seen the same thing from Robs over and over again. He's so good at finding the right balance between being aggressive in apps but also being that lurk guy. You know he's there, right? It's almost like the old get right synonym where you know he's in apps and he's going to be there at some point. He's going to poke out at some point. But what is the timing you strike? What is the timing you actually dare yourself to rotate? I think those two are being put in the same position on the T side, and it's going to be curious to see who's going to boot them.
I mean, he used to be excellent. And when CS2 came out, I think, again, he was the one that was sort of paving the way on how to play these positions in that new game. But as of today, I think the conversation against Sphinx is one that is worth a debate. I think there is a case to be made that
הנה עוד 6 דקות מתחיל.
The production has been higher, so maybe just maybe, the master has become the teacher or the other way around.
בוא נראה מה נעשה ב6 דקות האלה.
But this is where I think Sphinx might have actually Rob's number figured out in that position.
No, and look, I want to say I think Sphinx at this tournament has just been the standout for Vitality. He's been so good.
יש גם את נאבי היום.
That is really starting to deliver
נאבי נגד G2 ב10.
level. But here's someone we haven't talked about over on FaZe.
כן, נאבי נגד G2 ב10 יש.
The entire time, obviously coming in for Twist, I think he's had lots of impact. And, seeing him getting involved with the interviews the other day and everything, really betting into FaZe well. And I think he's had some, monster performances. When they picked him up, I was like, yes, that's the one. Obviously, Kerrigan worked with him all the way back in Mouse Sports, help bring him through, teach him the game, teach him the ropes. And look at the performances we've got here from this guy.
Well, I mean, he did warm up a little bit on Vertigo, had a couple of nice rounds, you know. Was it a 4-kill coming in towards the B-bomb side where he absolutely shredded up the opposition? In that regard, for Frozen, historically speaking, when he was in mouse sports, I think Inferno was his favorite map. It was a map he would always perform on. It was a map that he felt very comfortable on. So obviously, you would like to see a lot from Frozen. For my money, though, a guy that we did speak about coming into the game that have overachieved a little bit in the tournament, but we haven't seen today is Brokey, especially when it comes to Inferno.
הנה פליי של ספינקס, תראו את ספינקס. אחד, שתיים, שלוש, איזה יופי.
But on Inferno, this close combat AWP style that we tried to describe going into the game, this is the map where he does it the best. This is the map where you've seen countless of Brokey clutches on that big bomb side. When there's smokes around him, there's flashes around him. He probably has more no-scope kills than any player out there with the AWP on a map like Inferno as well. So for the man on the screen right here, as said, had a fantastic tournament so far. He needs to show up now if they want to be a win condition for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, and I think he thrives in the game plan of Kerrigan, right? I think Inferno currently is a map where on the CT side, if you're passive and you're going to play standard, it's very claustrophobic. It is extremely uncomfortable. Being on that B side, seeing the execute coming in, that's almost it. You're just counting your blessing at that point. So Kerrigan has multitudes of rounds where he decides to have the fight earlier, before, hell, even in down middle. I guarantee you we're going to see deep smokes coming in. We're going to see some fights that are a little bit unfamiliar. And this is where Brokey is supposed to shine. You tell him he's comfortable in chaos, Kerrigan manufactured that chaos for you on Inferno. He gives him situations where the book throws or ripples out the window, get a little bit messy, a bit muddy. This is where Brokey shines. So he has to have a bounce back from map 2 because, yeah, I haven't been as harsh on him as I have on Zai. Well, that's fair. I don't have the same connection, but he was missing on the map 2. That's also a fact.
He was missing.
נכון, ניקיטה.
The key difference is, you know, Brokey's shown up. I mean, this might be, depending on how this series goes and how the tournament goes, this might be one of his, like, career highlights. I mean, you know, coming into today, he was the 3rd highest ranked player.
מה קרה? לא הבנתי, אני לא מכיר את המשחק, לא הבנתי מה קרה שם.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I was saying. You know, the impact of him not showing up there has kind of knocked him down the charts a little bit.
He was having the best tournament, statistically speaking, he's had in FaZe in a very long time, you know, especially in CS2 as well, coming into this game. We said it, he's been a little bit missing, but I think, as you said, you know, the game haven't really been that competitive. It's been a bit of a weird one. We haven't seen much AWP action. It's been more about the rifles, more about the fast-paced Counter-Strike. I think Inferno, the way it's structured right now on the map, it does invite to sometimes slow down the pace. And I think when we get into nitty-gritty rounds, when we get into 2v2s, ugly 3v3s, that's when Brokey is coming alive. He's not the Monacy of the world. He's not going out there dictating the game or trying to put down the offense from the get-go. He's more so a clutch AWP player, more so a guy who thrives in the chaos whenever an execute is coming at him. I think Inferno and the way that FaZe Clan will approach this game, as you said, Matthew, it suits Brokey much, much better.
Yeah, listen, we're moving on to map 3 of the semi-final of the first CS2 majors. I think it's only apt we talk a little bit about the psychology of the teams here. And there is a point, I'm going to dare to do it a little bit. There is a question that I have in the back of my mind. If you're Kerrigan now, how do you live with this floating vertigo? The massacre that just happened, now moving on to map 3. I think this, obviously, it's not his responsibility only. It's a game plan that has been approved by the team and they went in this together. But you have to be very strong to leave that behind. It could have been a different map. It could have been more competitive. You kind of fumbled it a little bit and now you're moving on to an Inferno for vitality. I would love to have a temperature check very quickly on how they behave. Listen, they're masters of the big stage. I know that. But they're also humans.
If there's any team out there I would feel relatively comfortable that would be able to shake off such an experience, it would be the FaZe Clan. You're not wrong saying it. It can be something laying in the back of your mind. You were looking at a fantastic performance on Nuke. You were nowhere to be found on Vertigo, so maybe you're thinking we could have closed this out 2-0 in a different fashion or in a different veto. However, you're coming into...
ראיתי את המשחק בפאבג'י, עמית, מה יש שם?
A map that you feel relatively comfortable on, and you're going up against Vitality, a team that you played 2 grand finals against in recent times. So both of these lineups...
כבר לא משחק מת, עמית? לא קצת מת המשחק הזה?
Against Team Spirit, that despite everything pointing in the direction of Team Spirit, having won 5 maps in a row, having won a couple of series in a row, took them down at IM Katowice without even putting up a fight, Kerrigan and FaZe Clan have found a new level in this playoff. So if Vitality want to beat them right here, they have to take a step up. They have to continue what we've seen so far in this playoff. But I hope we get a competitive map now. First 2 has been a little bit boring.
If I am in the huddle there, if I'm Apex, here's what I'm saying to the guys. We've got their number. We've had their number almost every time.
תשמעו, הרבה זמן לא ראיתי את המשחק, אני לא יודע מה הולך שם.
We meet these guys all the time, and Carrigan might be a master.
תשמע, זה עדיין נראה פיקסלי כזה, זה מעצבן אותי.
Confidence compared to the pressure, you know, for that Carrigan, all that
PUBG? רותם?
You know, I do wonder. I think this is going to be a banger. I think this is going to bring the series to
We
life.
all the adoration that is in this room. There's also a lot of people you can disappoint, Richard. And that's what comes with it. It's the price of the expectation. Thousands and thousands of people here waiting for you to qualify, looking at you fail if that were to happen. That is obviously going to play a role. I think both leaders at this stage probably mentally a little bit tired. This is extremely cumbersome. These
וואי, הורג אותי שהוא מסתכל למטה ככה.
What you need as well is a couple of free entry. And where is my man Flames at? We haven't even said his name the entire desk. We hyped him up prior to this matchup saying he delivered so many openings. He made the game lighter and easier on Apex because you don't have to go deep into your thoughts figuring out late rounds. No, he's got the entries. We need to see Flames deliver a couple of those to make life easier for his captain. Pour son capitaine.
Indeed, formidable. Right, it's great working with you guys. You make it easy. Now we have to go over to other people that make it look easy. The excellent Scrawny and Loners.
Thanks so much, boys. And that's it. The stage is set. 2 championship
מי זה ההודי הזה?
on the best decider map in history, Inferno.
Yeah, damn right. Things getting narrow between the two. One map left. Two great teams, both.
וואלה, אינביז'ן, אני שיחקתי בו שהוא רק יצא והיה על זה הייפ מטורף על הפאבג'י. רותם כנס, זה מתחיל.
Because we have to say farewell to one of them. Inevitably, somebody falls here on Inferno at the end of this road.
That's right. We don't know what's going to happen. But we do know it's going to be big. So come on, Copenhagen!
התחיל רותם. יאללה, פיסטול ראונד. הימור, מי לוקח את הפיסטול ראונד? מי לוקח את הפיסטול ראונד, חבר'ה? צ'אט, מי לוקח? פיסטול ראונד. כן, אינפרנו. פייז, יאללה. הימור ראשון פייז. אני אומר וויטאליטי. ספינקס לוקח 3 קילים, קל. מזי.
Clean one from Mezzi, kicks it off. Pressure's hot though. We've got 2 Molotovs in sight. It's a full house. It's a B-side.
מזי איזה שחקן, אחי. אין זונה. מה נשמע נתנאל אח שלי? מה לא לשכוח, שונתה? הוא משחק עם פי 2000, אחי.
Vitality start off strong. Hot start on Nuke for FaZe Clan. Hot start from Vitality on Vertigo.
אתה מבין למה אני משחק עם ב-2000, ינוב?
אתה רואה את זה? תראה מה זה שחקנים בני זונות. הנה ספינקס, תראה ספינקס.
שמת לב שהוא קופץ וזורק לו את הנעים? זורק את זה יותר
But I don't want to see Mezzi and Flamesy carrying even Spinks
אני
over
בדילי
top
או
of
שאני
Zymo.
רואה ביחד איתך?
עכשיו אני רואה, ראיתי את ספינקס, עכשיו היה סמוק. בום, נפתח עכשיו.
אתה
רוצה לעשות לך שיתוף או שתיכנס ללייב שלי בטוויץ'?
Here's them rumbling forward. That's all good. Bomb dropped at his feet. Clean
Spinks.
response from Rain. It's bomb reacquired. MP9 picked up. And a little bit of map control for FaZe to just keep Vitality on their toes. The threat of an instant short hit. Well, that could have been enough to keep Mezzi back. Get curious. Oh, he's gonna get frisky. Closer, he will go to the Tech 9s that all sit in place.
תראה את מזי, תראה.
A sea of FaZe's players ready to respond. And that picked up MP9 could be the golden ticket
איזה
to
בעייתי
just
משהו עושה.
overwhelm this site.
כן.
We have Apex on a peak.
תראה את אפקס, תראה את
איזה לינץ'
אפקס.
אחי, ראית?
כן.
Spinks comes through.
אל תיק אחי, עם 3
At
כיוונים.
the very least will get the back of the head turn, but I mean they've got such an edge. He has
איזה יופי, אחי.
הם מסונכרנים הכי יפה.
כן, תראה, אחי.
on the hands of Brokey. It's a reload needed.
איזה יופי, אחי. זה פליים, זה ישראלי.
ועוד עם פיסטולים, ועוד עם
כן,
פיסטולים.
כן, כן.
תחשוב על זה ככה, אחי. הם עשו פורס? הם קנו טק, הם קנו סמוקים. כן, הם עשו יחסית פורס, אבל בלי מקטנס.
הם עשו בטח אלף ביי כזה. בוא נראה. כן.
זה לא היה פורס מלא.
לא, היה אמור להיות להם עכשיו הרבה נשקים. לא, הם עכשיו ישחקו רק עם דיגלים, כן, אתה רואה? דיגלים ואחד מהם לא יקנה, ראית? רק דיגלים כן. הם עדיין באיקו, כן.
Not only all that context, but with Faze barreling towards your A bomb site, picking up guns as they come running in, swinging with the M4s. It's nice to see a right.
10 רימונים, תשמע, תראה איזה חוכמה, אחי. הם זרקו 2 רימונים, אחי, בו זמנית, תראה איזה חוכמה.
Sure to keep Faze at a good distance. Little peek out from Boiler, gets Robson opening. Zywoo dead, but that's fine. There's layers here for vitality.
מזי באמת שחקן טוב, אחי, שתדע. מאוד, אחי. וואלה, לא הכרתי אותו בכלל. אתה זוכר את קריגן? איזה שחקן.
He hasn't been doing that a lot, and Inferno was one of the first maps where you saw him drop it almost completely for entire games. CT side, of course, it's more surprising. T side, you almost never see it, so there's actually some comfort there, I think, for someone like him.
אח שלי נתנאל, תודה רבה, אח שלי יקר. זכור לי שפעם היה גם ישראלי נמוך אחד. יש את נרץ, שהוא נראה לי קצת נמוך. נרץ, איך קראו לנרץ? שלב קראו לנרץ? קוראים לו שלב לנרץ? הוא עדיין, הוא משחק, עדיין, מה? יש לו איזה קבוצה, נראה לי G2, לא זוכר.
כמה כלים יש להם.
בצד ימין, אתה רואה זה, נגיד, תסתכל. נגיד ליד השם של זיירו, אתה רואה כמו כוונת כזאת.
הבנתי.
הנה פליימזי מת, ראית איך פליימזי מת? פליימזי אחי, אין, לא יודע מה עובר עליו היום אחי. תראה את אייפקס, תראה איזה רימון, תראה איזה רימון, תראה איזה רימון! 10 רימון אחי! רימון אחי, מושלם אחי!
מה? למה אני עדיין בדיליי?
בוא נעשה לך שיתוף ככה, נעשה לך שיתוף. כך, לא יודע למה, כך.
רואה אחי באיזה 10 שניות כאילו זה.
אתה שומע את זה? את השיתוף?
כן, כן. לא, אני לא שומע. בסדר,
Nice. Opens up the rotate. Apex dodging the flash. Going through it with support. Gets himself.
אימא'לה! תראה את פרוזן הזה אחי, תשמעו, הוא חולני.
לא, אבל תראה, יש לו 100 HP אחי. הוא מזיין אותם.
בוא נראה, נראה לך, זה לא...
טייטים, יא גזור אחי, מה יש לך? הם עשו לו טריק טוב אחי, הוא חושב שהם על הסייט והם לא על הסייט. עשו לו אחי טריק ממש טוב אחי.
פרוזן מציל אותם, פרוזן מציל אותם, מציל אותם, פרוזן מציל אותם אחי. פשוט מציל אותם אחי.
הטים שלו אחי מת, אתה מבין, הם אמרו, לקחו את הסייט בטח. במקום להגיד אחי שהוא הרג אותם מהסיטי. היה לו אינפו על הסיטי אחי. אתה רואה? עליו היו צריכים לתת אינפו על הסיטי, אבל הוא הלך לסייט כדי הם יחשבו שהוא הלך לסייט, ואז הם נותנים לו אינפו בסייט.
כן, ספינקס ישראלי.
על הסיטי.
כן. ספינקס ישראלי ופליימזי, נתנאל. אני גם בלייב בזה, בטוויץ' וביוטיוב אחי, קישור בפרופיל. אלמו גם אתה אם אתה רוצה לבוא ליוטיוב או לטוויץ' אחי, אתה מוזמן, אתה תראה את זה במסך מלא כמו שצריך אחי, אותי בגדול יותר. סבבה.
One thing we really have yet to see in this series is a strong back and forth.
על מה את מדברת? כלום, התקשרת אליי. טוב.
Slowly but surely the makings of an excellent map 3.
אין בעיה, אז כנס ליוטיוב אם אתה רוצה נתן. אתה לא חייב להוריד את האפליקציה. יש לך יוטיוב, מה שאתה רוצה, איפה שנוח, האם נוח בטיקטוק, תשאר בטיקטוק כפרה, איך שנוח לך. לא, אתה זה שצופה, מה שיותר נוח לך, חיים שלי. הנה אלמוג ביוטיוב, אחי יקר אלמוג, ברוך הבא, אחי. נתנאל, תודה רבה על המתנות, אני לא יודע למה אני לא רואה אותם, אחי. אני כאילו רואה אותם, אבל אני לא יכול לשמוע, כי אני צריך לקנות מיקסר. שאני אגדל יותר ביוטיוב ובטוויץ' ובכל העניין הזה שיהיה לי הרבה צופים, אני אקנה מיקסר, ואז אני אעשה לכם פה מופע קסמים. בעזרת השם. נוח לי לקרוא בשניהם, נתנאל. אח יקר, וואלה הלוואי והייתי זוכר, אבל בזמן האחרון אני בקושי עושה לייבים, אני לומד, לרוב אני לומד ועובד. כן, 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 אינביז'ן. נפלתי חזק אחי, אבל וואלה אני מופסד המון אחי. אבל בסדר אחי, הכל בסדר אחי, יש עליות ויש ירידות בחיים, אני לא אגע יותר באתר הזה נראה לי, אבל וואלה אני מופסד הרבה, הרבה מאוד אחי. כאילו מבחינתי זה הרבה ההפסד הזה, הבנת? בן כמה אתה אינביז'ן?
למה לא מראים את הגיימפליי אחי כבר איזה כמה דקות?
כי יש פאוז של וויטאליטי.
מה, תסתלבטן, תגיד, אחי.
בצד שמאל למעלה, אתה רואה, הנה, הפאוז הפסיק. המשחק ממשיך. הנה, טיימאוט, אתה רואה, הם עשו טיימאוט.
עכשיו זה ממשיך? סטימר שלהם?
לא, לא, יש טיימאוט. בן כמה אתה אלמוג? איך אתם משחקים באתר הזה ואתם ילדים קטנים משוגעים? אל תיגעו באתר הזה. אתה זוכר נשמה, אני זוכר שהיית אחד השחקנים הטובים בוורזון ושהיית מסטרים לוולורנט. איזה גבר אתה נתנאל. הלוואי והיו לי חברים שהיו רוצים לשחק איתי, אתה יודע, כמו שצריך כל יום CS וזה, אין לי. אין לי שחקנים של להביא לפייסיט, אין לי אחי. היית רואה מה זה קבוצה, מה זה טימפליי. אין, אני קשה לי לשחק עם אנשים רנדומליים אחי שהם לא ברמה שלי אחי, קשה לי אחי.
גם לי.
זה מאוד קשה לשחק משחקים כאלה שאין לך חברים לשחק איתם. יש, אבל לא ברמה שלך. זה מעצבן. פעם איפה היינו נכנסים לקומבט ארמס נודר מ-7 בבוקר עד 11 בלילה כולם. 2-3 בלילה. הייתי רמה 8 אחי, ירדתי אחי בשבוע לרמה 5. בשבוע. וחזרתי, רק חזרתי. התחיל רותם, כן? מזמן.
איזה פוזישן חרא הוא עמד.
כן.
עוד מתחת, אחורה עמוד.
בטח, אינביז'ן.
בצד שמאלה אחי, לא רואים אותו גם אחי, זה וואו.
כמה אילוני? 1400, 1200, לא זוכר אחי. וואלה, לא זוכר. אילו זה לא באמת חשוב אחי. יש לך 2440, אז אתה לבל 10, יפה לך אחי. כל הכבוד. היינו משחקים קומבט ארמס אחי לרוב. אם הייתם משחקים קומבט ארמס, בואו אני אשלח לכם לינק, תגידו לי אם אתם מכירים את הבן אדם הזה.
איזה כלב בן זונה יש פה אחי.
אני שומע אותו.
כאילו מישהו, זה כאילו איזה פיטבול אחי, נושך אחי צעצוע אחי, הצעצועים המרעישים האלו.
בואו תראו, בואו. כל מי ששיחק קומבט ארמס, אתם חייבים להכיר אותו. שלחתי לכם לינק פה ביוטיוב ובטוויץ'. גם אני הייתי משחק ב-APB. מי זה אפק? איזה אפק, נתנאל? אם אני אגיד לך את השם האמיתי שלי, לדעתי אתה ברגע נזכר. כן, וויטאליטי נגד פייז. אחי, פייז קלן, כאילו, שומע? זה קבוצה רצינית, אחי.
כן, כן. פליימס היא טוב, אייפקס טוב.
זה לא... זה וויטאליטי מי שאמרת, כן?
כן.
הנה, זה היו. אחי, זה היו בדרך כלל מפציץ, אחי, אני לא יודע מה קורה לו, אחי. איזה יופי! תגיד שזה לא יפה אחי, הפיק הזה אחי. הנה הוא איתי פה בשיחה אלמוג. קוראים לו רותם, הייפר טיבי, הוא איתי פה.
At the same time that he departs, in those mere seconds that there are not eyes on mid, Rain has slipped forward. Now he hears that...
אצל פייז אחי, אני אגיד לך את האמת, אני מסתכל רק על פרוזן, קריגן וריין.
כן.
ברוקי אחי יכול אולי איכשהו אחי.
לא, ברוקי גם נותן עבודה יפה, תדע לך. כן. לא, פייז יעופו. תראה, תסתכל שוק, תראה את פליימזי, תסתכל, תראה. מה? אני בהלם אחי.
זהו, זה מה שבאתי להגיד לך אחי.
מי זה בן דוד שלך? תגיד לך.
באתי להגיד לך אחי, תראה אחי, הבן אדם אחי עומד בסיטי אחי. כאילו הבן אדם סיטי עומד שם בסייט אחי, עם פאקינג פיסטול אחי. זה היה בייראונד של הסיטי אחי, הוא עומד שם עם פאקינג פיסטול, עם USB, תגידי מה אתה דפוק אחי? הוא נתן להם לפרוץ לסייט אחי.
איזה מור?
הוא עומד שם אחי! הוא נתן להם להרוג מישהו אחי, אתה מבין? במקום אחי להיכנס לו אחי בזה, להפריע לו בספרי אחי, להפריע לו בחירור, לצאת עליו אחי, לתת לו 2 טאפים לראש אחי.
אלמוג, אם אתה תגיד לי את השם שלו במשחק אני יותר יכיר אותו מאשר שם רגיל, הבנת?
חבר שלו לא היה מת.
תראה, בוא נראה מה עושים הסמוקים, אוקיי, הוא מכוון לפה, נו, לאן הסמוק הזה ילך? זה פלאש.
Even though he got a couple of rounds that way, Vitality ended up winning the game and learning from their mistakes. We are still seeing moments like that now with this drop back control, with Rain trying to peek into Arch on early timings. That's something that's special that FaZe do on this map versus Vitality exclusively.
תשמע, הם משחקים 3A אחי, כאילו הם משחקים, תראה איך הם משחקים ב-A, משחקים מוזר כזה.
Those early smokes took control of Banana with ease, right? We've seen fights queued up, we've seen Frozen fall in fire. This time, FaZe don't have to pay much for control of Banana. An essential piece of this map to go barreling into the B play with more util over top. Nate to pop the smoke as the reload comes out from Apex. This is not ideal. Now they've been relegated into the back of the site. The crossfire's been denied, but the flank is fast. The trade is quick. The box is occupied and it catches him off. Flames, great coverage, but there's the difference.
תשמע, הם שוברים להם את הפנים.
And yet here comes Mezzi.
איזה יופי!
It's going to take more than that. A nade destined for Brokey to soften him up and half his health is gone. He's got a smoke still to play with. And at the moment, he's got these 2T sectioned off. Does he use his smoke to block Kerrigan like Coffin was just obscured? Or he decides to go forward, but he steps
שמע אותו, הוא שמע אותו.
He gets close. It's a nice clean headshot. King Mezzi looking for the clutch onto the bomb. Kerrigan goes out, sprays away. Mezzi. Oh, it's so long. It's a 10-second.
יואו, יא בן שרמוטה. איך רציתי שהוא ינצח את זה, אחי?
No defuse kit means no round 1. Another unbelievable moment that leans the way of FaZe. That was a great show of power, though. That was something, again, that's been impressive about Mezzi. It was a great attempt, but now it's FaZe in the lead.
נו, טיפיק.
You could explain how FaZe did this, you could explain their whole careers. That's the deal. You go up against FaZe, you got to be ready for this round, these kinds of rounds.
Okay, Apex is.
אין, אייפקס עם אקדחים, לא יודע, יש לו משהו עם אקדחים, אחי.
Clean with the P250. Pistols in all possible pockets. Drops with helping hands in apps, but they do forego control of it.
אני לא יודע, אלמוג.
One of the most terrifying and unnerving situations for a T team to go down 5v4.
נראה לך יא מטומטם. בחיים לא יהיה לזה ככה צופים, יא טמבל, בחיים. בחיים לא יהיה לזה ככה צופים, אחי. Call of Duty לא יגיע לרמה של הקומפטטיב שיש ל-CS, אחי. בחיים אף משחק לא יגיע לדבר כזה.
but still the time bleeds down and a decision must be made.
שבוע טוב, אח שלי יקר ואהוב. כמעט 200,000. נראה לך זה בוטים, אחי? נראה לך? זה לא בוטים, בחיים לא זה לא בוטים, אחי. תמיד קונטר היה ככה, פעם אפילו היה הרבה יותר, היה איזה 300,000. וזה אפילו לא הגמר, זה לא רבע גמר, חבר'ה, כן? כלום. איזה יופי!
Wow, they locked off the back exit, came down to 40 seconds, knew it was coming into the B site, put everyone in a good position, and even though FaZe thought they were getting out of another tight spot, more Vitality players showed up and they realized what they were doing was obvious.
עכשיו טיים-אאוט של פייז.
They the whole time and they show us an X Factor round back to keep this game as competitive as possible.
נכון, רק קונטר אבל. Call of Duty אתה יכול לראות אותם 80,000, 50, 70. אני ראיתי טורנירים של Call of Duty. אבל בקונטר, אחי...
All starts with the P250. Inside of the site now, Apex dies with no second kill. It's this flimsy Desert Eagle. Boom! Just like that, Kerrigan. It's a gut punch that just knocks it over. And playing on the skinny pillar, Zywoo nicely done from backside with the scout, also throws one in the mix.
And Flamesy shows a lot of confidence playing B.
נכון, אלמוג נכון.
Brokey going combat mode. Oh, it's fast.
That's a bit of Zywoo once again. They're using his own plays against him. Quick one from Brokey.
Vitality show us a flash of FaZe winning in the force in the round prior, but Brokey comes right at it. Apex from P250 entry up to what was Mantis advantage.
He's clever and creative and knows all the nuances. Flamesy brings this back.
אחלה נתנאל התותח.
What we've seen in these moments is immediately FaZe seeking out different map control, going for top brackets quickly. And they're looking to elicit a reaction here. But we've got Messi on his trusted balcony. Usual spots from both squads.
It's a dangerous game right
הוא
now
יעבור.
on the B site.
הוא יעבור.
Is there a gap that Kerrigan can find with the way that Flamesy rotates? That's the question.
הוא יעבור, נכון? הוא יעבור, ידעתי. ידעתי.
Through the smoke with no bomb, but no problem. It's gonna go sprinting down middle. Robs is here to keep the rotation off the heels of Brokey with the bomb.
He could see him in his mind's eye. Punish the fallback.
Who other than Kerrigan to take it
אתה יודע, אתם יודעים איזה קשה זה לעשות ריטייק באינפרנו?
forward into what was a great recovery out of Flamesy just seconds.
הם ישמרו את זה.
And with that, he queues up the 5.
כן, אין להם כסף, הם ישמרו את זה, הם חייבים.
He never fails to impress in moments like that. He could have lost, but FaZe could have lost a round if he didn't make a move like that.
I just think Kerrigan is so good at understanding risk. Yes, you could have walked through that smoke. Yes, you could have died straight up to Flamesy.
Flamesy.
The rest of the team has abs control, the bomb in possession, and is ready to hit A.
Absolutely. And when it comes to
Okay.
nerves, Kerrigan proved at Antwerp in the grand finals on Inferno, where he quashed them completely. You know, where he showed he could play his best until the very end. And he started off this game slow, but he's back to it. I think it was 0-4, now 6-6.
A man of the people.
That's right.
There's no denying. Kerrigan plays games.
He was winking directly at me. That's how we all feel.
תראה צימבר, ראית?
Brokey, super quick entry, already with a smoke on the fallback too. The same smoke Frozen gets caught out in, but that's the kill that reopens the round.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. Kerrigan killing Flamesy puts FaZe in the lead.
Yeah, that was both teams disguising their intentions. Flamesy finding a piece, but Kerrigan getting the last word. You can make 10 right moves in a row. One mistake and the round is over.
Spinks just going for a nibble. doesn't want to take the chance, and that doesn't just pull him back, but the second apartments players too. So even just any presence inside apps seems like Vitality don't want to run the risk.
They have been extremely timid here.
נפלת למולטי, מה קרה? יותר מעניין שם?
Now we can see the conditioning coming in on the map. But Vitality have done a good job of not actually responding to it. They are sticking to their guns on these setups.
Ooh, good. Oh, no, never mind. Goes deeper. So Spinks can hang on for now. ZywOo's got eyes from above. Dodging flashes. First kills to the CT's Rain. Can't recover both. Support for the defense. Both sides of brackets.
But it activates the attack. Lazy up to the plate.
Again, he will be tested. Again, he could hold his nerve or he could...
הבנת מה הם עושים כל ראונד? רותם?
That Opper's coming hunting. And Frozen comes out from smoke. Flames, he gets the glance.
הבנתם מה הם עושים כל ראונד? הם הולכים 3A ו2 שקט מאוד ל-B עם הבומב. זה מה שהם עושים כל ראונד.
Stuffs them back inside the coffins and we go tied 5-all.
Again, they tried to go for the brackets control. I think it's Kerrigan expecting to get this space back at this point in the round. Trying to condition Vitality. Apex not responding. Playing aggressively in brackets. Perfect setup to deny any trades versus what they were trying to do. Get in and out. Clear out 2 Ts. Clear out 2 CTs. Get back to their B side attack. Vitality were able to whiff punish in that setup. And even though it could have come close to the B side, they had so much material left over. They could take some risk, chasing down Brokey inside.
בוא נראה מה יהיה, נתנאל. אלמוג.
Phase now left with no funds.
Again, they want this fight, huh? You're not going to find anybody tucked in corners. Total forfeiture of Banana this round out of Phase. And we just saw a rock-solid defense on the brackets control out of Vitality. So if you think getting funneled into this A site is going to be your solution, there could very well be problems ahead.
It is, yes. But we'll see what's taking place.
Galil in the middle of the pack. Excellent flashbang. ZywOo's nade finds him.
Wow.
That was a critical juncture. Spinks empty-handed falls. And they have to ask themselves, do we have enough to force this retake, or have FaZe done it again?
It's too much of an investment, the op, right? How can they even mobilize it in the situation? There's no Molly for inside the site.
That's it?
They will leave.
That's all?
FaZe with a perfect call to meet a perfect setup from the last round of Vitality. That top bracket control on the rifle round was spectacular, but met by FaZe, who find an opportunity to jump out halls when there's no pit players.
We've talked about ZywOo's absence and...
וואלה בסדר אחי, לומד, עובד, לומד, עובד. לייבים פה ושם.
And Spinks was the player deciding to play retake on Arch. Had to get 2 frags, couldn't get a single one.
מה זאת אומרת, אלמוג? פייז עכשיו ניצחו.
They were anticipating a heavy bracket.
כאילו ניצחו את הראונד הזה. עם בומב. זה אומר שיש להם כסף. דיברת על ניקיטה.
This is definitely a battle of the minds right now. And it's hard to tell who's winning. Scoreline will dictate the narrative. A second timeout called here for Vitality. As we wade now into waters unknown, what is the next move?
So hard to get a read as to what will work or what won't, because it feels like both bomb sites have been successfully defended and taken over.
100%. We've seen it all.
And I think this really screams the depth that Inferno has for both these teams, in contrast to what we got back on Vertigo, where FaZe looks so lopsided.
And this flash, obviously, no chance to fight back for Messi.
And unfortunately, that's the crack in the A defense. That's Spinks showing shakiness as he sits 3-7 in a critical moment of this series, in the biggest moment of Vitality's major.
Yeah, it must be said. You can have a great map 1, but when you get to map 3, you got to be every bit as good.
Final round of a T-side you know FaZe can be proud of.
And this is one that anything can go. I don't know what's a bad idea in this situation. It's just going to come down to what gamble does he think that Apex took in terms of how they're stacking up. You know, they don't play vanilla setups where they play 1 on every choke point and hold.
This time it's an entirely absent arch side. It's been a real consistency in having CTs on top of this porch.
But this can counter some of the default control because you can see over top of an arc smoke in case there is going to be a lurk. Looks like they go back to draw on some new grenades as we pass the minute mark. A slow burn on this round. Feyz trying to build the pressure.
Rain sensing this presence. If anybody knows wall bangs and lineups, it's gotta be Rain. King of the cave on Ancient. Here's that util pressure that's gonna keep the CTs looking towards mid. Mezzy with the first one, but it's all about the setup of Sphinx.
Oh!
Empty-handed again.
The perfect pre-aim.
Apex at bat. Clotheslines Rain on the approach. Second kill could be had.
Ay, ay, ay.
Sure enough, he does enough. 2 kills for him, 2 up for Feyz. And 2 stand on the other side. Flames and Zaiwu demanded of them this retake.
אין, ריטייק באינפרנו זה מאוד קשה. מאוד קשה.
But that means the Opera's hands could be busy. And Robs is going to take an angle that could very well catch them off. There's a little bit of distance between the CTs. Flamesy, first contact dead. And we've got Zaiwu with no trade. We've got Feyz with no problems. Because a 7-round T-side is nothing to scoff at.
That's right, that's right. A wax stamp on the round here from Rob once again at the end of the half. One of these teams going to grand finals. And both proving they deserve to be there. This game is shaping up to be as close as it can get. And thank you so much, Copenhagen, for being with us.
כן, כל אחד הביא טאבלט מתחיל לרשום דברים. רותם, אתה רואה את זה בכלל?
Clearing of top porch, very nicely done. You think maybe that Sphinx setup is what gets him in with a kill, but back-to-back empty-handed moments there for Sphinx. Back-to-back feels like too much.
יאללה, עכשיו הם עברו לטרור.
Oh, we got the gears turning here for Vitality.
תראה את ויטאליטי, אחי. תראה מה הם קנו, ראית?
We don't know how light Feyz go into this second pistol.
Utility for Apex, smoke additionally. A lot of util here for this T side. Some kind of execute clearly getting set up in this one.
Big time. Well, let's see if they set up, and there's almost no reason to not sort of spend at least some portion of the time looking for flanks because the map control is actually easy to come by time-wise. But it also allows for openings from the CTs who are getting frisky.
Here again, this is such a committed position. He's not getting out of here now.
It can be all or nothing.
He is so committed. He is all in on it. Back turn to it. Crossfires there, and now he gets out. Oh, with the flashbang.
זה היה הקיל שאכל להם את המשחק, אחי. זהו, אחי, הלך להם הראונד, אחי. תראה מאית הרוטיישן, תראה מאית הרוטיישן. אתה רואה אותו מגיע כבר, 3 ב-B. אין להם, אחי, הולכים אחורה. שתיים על הסייט, אחי, אחד שם, תראה איזה יופי. איזה סטאפ יש להם. ותראה, אחד לייברי, אחד שם. הם יודעים שהם לא הולכים להגיע, אחי, לאיזה. ל-A. אין להם... יש שם אחד, תשים לב. אתה רואה את מספר 8 בסיטי?
כן.
צמוד שם על הקטרו כדי לשמוע אם הם הולכים אחורה למיד, אחי. תבינו, צמוד שם במיד, אחי, כדי לשמוע את ה... איך קוראים לפינה הזאת, נו?
סטפס.
לא סטפס.
מה הוא עוד יכול לשמוע? צעדים, אחי, לראות אם הם עושים רוטייט.
כן, סטפס, אבל המיקום אני מדבר איתך. איפה הוא עומד?
הוא עומד בסיטי, אני קרוב לזה.
לא בסיטי, הוא עומד שם אחרי איך קוראים לזה? נו, סקנד מיט כזה, איפה קוראים לזה מה? יאללה שלי.
מה, מקסיקו?
שו, איזה מקסיקו?
על מה אתה מדבר, אחי? וואי אחי, איך בא לי בק, איך בא לי שיהיה פה...
אם יסתכלו על 6, אני יכול להגיד לך איפה ש6 עומד עכשיו, תסתכל איפה ששמעת.
מי זה 6? 6, אתה רואה 6?
ZywOo's got kills, but it's not enough.
אתה רואה איפה ששומד?
כן.
היית איפה עמד שמה, איך קוראים לזה? שמה, בדיוק הפינה הזאתי.
זה... יש לזה שם, שכחתי.
איזה שם, נו, זה מה שאני אומר, אחי. איזה שם. זה שם, יענו, אתה יודע שזה רק שמה.
גיי ספוט.
מה? גיי ספוט?
כן, ככה הם קוראים לזה, גיי ספוט.
לא.
כן.
אוקיי.
ככה אנחנו קוראים לזה, כאילו. תראה את ספינקס, איך הוא מאוכזב, אחי. וואלה, יש לו משחק רע, אחי.
אז הוא עומד שם, אחי, שומע צעדים. ואחד בלייברי, אני מבין. לא היה להם סיכוי, אחי, להגיע, אחי. אתה עומד שם, אתה שומע את כל מי שבננה.
Guns up to try and make a difference, but Mezzi
already
shattered. 41 HP off of the frag. And a flashbang here to set up Kerrigan. Now he is feeling it. And he will take over control. And with that, decide what's next. Fast rush! We've got T's barreling up short side. A sudden test of the A defense from FaZe.
Yeah, but
they don't panic.
Yeah, Apex is just so far ahead of everything in the moment.
איזה יופי, אייפקס. יאללה, נו, יאללה.
Taking it into his own hands.
איזה ליצן הוא, אחי, מה עובר עליו?
Sends one through, and Brokey could slip in between the two that's left of Vitality.
He can hear him. The echo of the footsteps inside of Hall. Spinks now needs this. 1-on-3. They know
בבקשה,
where he is.
ספינקס.
Lucky that bomb fell down on top of him. CT's molly themselves and then put it out. He sees the one slip, but he's blind. FaZe may lose their bomb site, but it doesn't feel like they're going to lose this semifinals.
It's just too perfect from FaZe Clan. It might be too much to bear.
I like the tempo. I like the pace. It's a risk from Apex. He takes it into his own hands, but he did deliver. ZywOo had to get the opening to cross.
That was Apex's X-Factor kill. Where was ZywOo's? You know, where was it in that moment when he pre-aimed Brokey knowing that he would be held? Where's that first bullet headshot that you need from him?
תראה את הסקור של ספינקס, אחי.
Moments coming out of Apex, who is now at the top of the board.
Their last tag.
3-11, אחי, איזה עולב, אחי.
One last chance to talk. They're basically in a position to try to fend off overtime at best.
To be in that team speak right now?
Oh.
Apex ופליימס זה הכי שחקנים באמת
With
טובים.
Apex? I don't think so.
מפעם. שם פרוזן אחי, משחק ממש טוב. פיין סבבה.
מה זה מפעם? פעם ראשונה, כאילו, פליימזי חדש יחסית בעולם הזה, אחי. של התחרויות.
פליימזי?
כן, מה יש לך? ישראלי.
טוב, בסדר.
פליימזי היה משחק איתנו פיקאפים, יא מטומטם. הוא לא היה, הוא רק ב4 שנים האחרונות, 3 שנים האחרונות הוא נכנס לתחרויות, אחי, מה יש לך?
אתה חתיכת ליצן, אחי. אני אגיד לך.
And Rain running for the escape, but Spinks will respond. Finally, it's something. There's also an opening, a chance to wrap around this A site, to put pressure onto Rops, who's just able to get into the pit. Brokey caught, no support, unless Kerrigan has to come in. It is a clean sweep.
סוף סוף הם משחקים כמו ויטאליטי, אחי, אורגנל. באמא שלי.
As they win the full rifle.
It's an answer.
It is. And it's not small either. FaZe still don't have tons of money. They'll have another buy, but...
נכון, אלמוג, אחי, הוא לא רגיל לזה. הוא ופליים, זה לא רגילים לכמות צופים הזאת, אחי. הם לא רגילים להייפ הזה, אחי. אתה יודע מה זה שישראלים משחקים בדבר הזה, אחי? הם לא רגילים לזה. הם הראשונים שהגיעו למייג'ור, אחי.
Especially not on a comeback of this size. If they had to trip over the finish line and only needed 2 or 3 rounds,
ברור שיהיה
they
קנסיב.
could dress up this play differently and do it over and over again, but being this far away means Apex is going to show us a deep playbook. or failed.
מה, אייפקס נשוי?
There is no way he's going to be able to get away with that every single time.
תראה איזה מעצבן זה שיש לך שם צלם שעומד לך על הראש בזמן שאתה משחק, זה מעצבן אחי. מה, לא רותם? פתאום עכשיו אתה משחק יש איזה צלם עומד עם מצלמה של איזה 80,000 אחי על הראש שלך אחי. אתה בקלאץ'. לא רועד אותך ביצים? וואלה רועדות אחי.
צלם את הזעה אחי.
כן.
quote-unquote phase era, as close as they made it in the winter.
טוב מאוד.
Honestly though, you do catch two CTs a little off guard, right? The apartments kill, Rain not thinking Spinks would look over stairs.
כן, לא, הם לא שומעים את זה אלמוג.
Flamesy getting the better of the rotate and live areas he had.
ליין, זה אינסטנט, זה אינסטנט. אינסטנט סמוק.
כן.
And plenty of more guns where the previous ones came from. It's another buy out of phase, but it's all they've got on this one.
איזה רימון, אה?
This game's back on.
That's true.
תראה את ספינקס, לא.
They know that too.
לא משנה.
And I think that calls for a slower paced round because even if they grind down 3 or more players for phase, they keep that money fickle.
Whoa, they're ready.
Oh, big one.
Whole pack of players ready to charge, and they're not going to stop. Kerrigan, the MP9, not enough to get the multi-frag. Rain, challenged. Zywoo goes over top, but he didn't get a chance to gun him down, so it's just the one-man advantage, and that one man hangs on to 17 health.
We're talking about 2 players on the other side of the world.
The nades that were left here. Oh, he uses it wonderfully.
What? And now the CTs, surely, they're going to try to join in.
They're still not moving.
Oh my god, they're not even going to think about it.
Even with that.
I don't know, Rob's had a full kit of utility. They just were...
רוב היה צריך ללכת לשם, הם היו צריכים לעשות את זה.
Vitality win a very important round. I think that phase know though, if they lost every player on this round, that can be the save to follow. That can be the save after.
הם מחפשים את הקילים כי הם יודעים שאין להם כל כך הרבה כסף.
Sexiest, not what you want to see in the situation, but definitely might be the wisest. Now, if they were closer and you play that retake over and over again, it's definitely a world where phase win it.
Not just that. If Zywoo's not planting behind the fountain's pillar,
לא יודע, דפוקים, הם היו צריכים לעשות את זה לפי דעתי.
Rain's not shooting at the player by his side.
And that's the thing about planting grill now, because you can break open those smokes. So people are getting, actually planting there obviously quite often. So somehow a win for both teams. I mean, FaZe don't lose more than 3 players. They can sustain to buy again. Vitality get their round. And two straight to stabilize their own economy, build up a little bit of a nest egg on their side. 3-round game. And things get interesting once again.
פליין זה ישראלי, כן אלמוג.
CZ in hand.
עכשיו ראיתי שרשמת את זה.
A pistol.
וואלה הלוואי אחי, באמת בא לי שהם ינצחו. האמת בא לי שהם ינצחו אחי. שוויטאליטי ינצחו.
But I mean, what are you expecting? Hoping that nobody's in that corner, that he can just slip into one of those spots.
תראה איך הם משחקים. וואו אחי.
They've done a really great job in this series so far of rounds like this where they don't have that many guns to work with, of making it feel like a full rifle. Setting up Zywoo for an opening kill. They've won with 1 gun. Flamesy as well, they've done that too. FaZe Clan are setting a trap over on the A site, but it doesn't look like Vitality or they themselves going to run into it. Thought we were going to see more money to buy on everybody, but FaZe will be perfectly happy to carry the guns forward again.
Of course, right? You keep that 3-player pack kerneled towards the A site. If the fight comes to you, you've got your best bet.
My Spinks.
A peek down middle, and you've now lost one of those weapons for good.
Yes. They try to play this one as safely as possible, but now they're down to 2.
A costly
תראה את ספינקס, תראה בן זנה. אתה מבין למה? הוא חכם אחי. זה כל הקטע שלו, הוא חכם. הוא חכם אחי.
הוא אוכל מלא דמג'.
נכון, אבל הוא חכם. אחי, אתה יודע, כולם אומרים, כל השחקנים הגדולים אומרים עליו שהוא הלרקר הכי טוב שהיה אי פעם ב-CS. אם היית רואה מה הוא עשה שנה שעברה במייג'ור, אחי, היית אומר וואו אחי. לרקר פחד אלוהים אחי.
In terms of creativity on the low buys, you got to give it to Vitality. They have come up with some good ones. and actually converted.
And they hunt them down.
And in a hurry. We
לא,
are
זה לא גמר, אחי, זה פלייאוף.
and because there's no offside,
אם ויטאליטי מנצחים, הם עולים לגמר של הפלייאוף.
barely enough money to operate.
Apex just stares at the flames. The next wave sprints. No!
הוא לא
איזה
מת.
סטלן!
What is that?
He almost got let down on that one. Still low.
ישן בעמידה, אחי.
Frozen's not gonna let him get out of there.
נחתו עליו שתי מולוטובים, אחי. נראה לי נחתו עליו שתי מולוטובים, אחי. ראית, ירד לו, אחי, בשנייה, אחי. מ-100 לשתי.
Through the smoke. 3 down for Vitality. Not even at a minute.
וואי, איזה טעות הם עשו, אחי.
The banana pressure, right from P250 on Kerrigan to 2 players applying it.
אפקס זיין אותם עכשיו.
A rebuy in the hands of FaZe and it nets them 11. Worry not Vitality. Tons of money still to play.
Yeah.
The nature of their round wins have given them that, a bank account to play with.
Yeah, they weren't just scraping by. It wasn't clutches that got them to this point of the 3-round streak.
And is it enough money to run the risk? No. Or is it?
My God.
They've got Frozen and Kerrigan to deal with.
Surely they're just humoring them.
2 players who have set up great defenses for this B site. Now that Zywoo's softened, you'd think surely not.
טוב!
Wait, he got a kill.
But
יואו!
Ignite comes in
איי
regardless.
איי איי.
And it's Kerrigan sat back waiting for their arrival.
Okay, I guess worried about trying to save on Banana. Thought their exit was blocked off. I don't know, but they lose an op and a rifle.
Get the hell out of
For
here.
1 kill. Now, of course, there's still some money left for Vitality to make this interesting, but it's FaZe from a power position in the lead.
מי זה המכוערים האלה, אחי? תראה, מי זה? הפנים העסק הזה, מי זה?
Boy, oh boy. What a treat we have in front of us. Vitality, FaZe.
This has been specifically.
איפה כל זרע? איפה get right, get left? איפה הם, אחי?
And even though it's only the semi now, this is what's kept him out
כן,
of
זאת
getting
מפה
the
שנייה, אחי.
trophy on FaZe Clan.
שלישית! סליחה, שלישית.
Speaking of first trophies, Kerrigan in Denmark.
מפה מכריעה.
Time he steps forward in the Royal Arena, the whole team talks about how much he wants it, how much it means to him. And this would be another chance to take it down in another grand finals, but it's been so elusive.
So elusive for almost all Danes, honestly. So the curse of support on it, maybe. It's the Danish teams who have stood up to the adversity of crowds around the world, but when they've come to play in front of their own, have definitely struggled.
That is very true, but it is also safe to say that I have not seen this many Danes in the Royal Arena. And as we get late into this third
נו, מי זה המכוער הזה? למה הם מסמיכים להראות את הבן זונה הזה?
Copenhagen, make some noise!
Yeah, let's turn it up.
Counter-Strike at its finest. FaZe, whew, rounds away. And Vitality, a great challenger. What's going to look different? What's going to be the pace? Because when we've seen those
סגור
rounds
של
against
אינביז'ן,
Copenhagen,
תהנה
those
חיים
are
שלי.
the 2 things that ended up working for Vitality's T side. That quick switch.
Vitality have found some pretty good duels. It hasn't really been major mistakes. It's been a cascade of smaller ones that have cost them good positions. Getting B is huge for FaZe.
Great flash, but he doesn't clear. And then they get flash right back. It's a turnaround, but still the trade. Numbers here for FaZe nets them this 4v4 at an instantaneous fallback.
He had a window of opportunity right there. And look at the CT shuffle right now. As we cross the minute, they seem to be worried about something.
That fast A hit.
Wait.
That's what they're worried about, the quick transition. Anytime something goes poorly, it's usually Apex moving into A, so Kerrigan puts pieces ahead of the hit.
It's a great read.
He's reading it wonderfully. But right there on the brim of mid, goes swinging rain into Apex's crosshair.
But there's still more support.
They're back to back. It's Brokey and Robs holding on to short. A perfect dodge. They trickle down into the pit, and the Opera only stops the one. Robs with the glance down mid. trying to catch some kind of...
למה? אבל זי הוא, תשמע, זה שחקן זין הוא, אחי.
He falls, crossing out from Apex is dead, and Flames with 2 kills ahead.
איזה שרמוטות, שחקני זין. כמה פיילים, אחי.
Another major moment from him.
אחי, זה פיילים רעים, זה פיילים שלא עושים, אחי. איך אורגנות. תראה, אחי, תראה זיו, מה אתה מטומטם? מה אתה קופץ ככה, אחי? חכה רגע. הרי אתה יודע שהוא הרג שם מישהו, למה אתה קופץ ככה?
And even though they came out of halls and there were no pit players, that's right, Kerrigan.
He knows.
He knows.
Back to the action, fast and with the pace. Kerrigan barreling forward, smoke indicates all he needs. Knives out, gonna cost him. Gun goes dry. Frozen. It is body.
יאללה.
Up with the base of banana.
תפסיקו, תפסידו, לכו. באמא שלי, שילכו לישון.
In these finals.
Yeah.
But with Frozen,
yes,
maybe there is a little bit more clay.
This B site's been so solid. They've had to dig so deep. And with Kerrigan watching on from the wayside, the 3rd major grand finals for him and Rain queued up. All you have to do is stop the French Foreign Legion. Flamesy, Spinks crawling back towards mid. And Brokey, who stood up in the round prior, cheered with all his heart, is here with Op, and still he remains patient. Map, match, and a grand finals point. But with that hesitation over towards A comes this slow movement back. 2 smokes to block things off, 2 flashes to get them in, no Molotov to disrupt these positionings. It is Frozen and Rain to anchor. It is Frozen and Rain to keep FaZe this close, to punch that ticket to grand finals. We get the climb over top
יופי.
and a clean headshot, but Rain always stoic. And if you let your guard down, if you...
למה אתה לא מסתכל?
Look at it! Bask in the glory of the FaZe clan! The founding...
תראה, 234,000 צופים.
Sign Vitality's death certificate. They lock in grand finals.
The second team to beat Spirit this year. And finally, revenge over Vitality. Denying them a second chance to win a repeat major. FaZe in grand finals.
To dispatch of tournament favorites in the opening game. To be this continuous boogeyman that is the playoffs for all up-and-comers. And for Kerrigan to yet again get a chance in the role.
תראה את שראוד. מי שחקן קונטר, אנחנו שרמוטה משחק לי דייזי. איזה מצחיקו.
נראה לכם שאני אתאפס? אלאר, מה קורה איתכם? מה, אני מתתי עכשיו? הייתי מורכז בצ'אט, מה קרה? כן, מתנו. תעלי כבר, תעלי מטומטמת! תעלי כבר! שויה וזו! הולי שיט! הולי שיט! הולי שיט! קפצי כאיילה, קפצי! קפצי כאיילה! וואי וואי.
איזה באסה שהם הפסידו ככה.
קפצצה שמה. אם אתה גבר יום אחד נוסעים עד אילת באוטובוס, קונים מקדונלדס וחוזרים באותו יום. אני בחיים לא הייתי במקדונלדס, אני ניסע עד אילת בשביל מקדונלדס, אבל אני זורם איתך, ניקח איזה יום חופש. 2 weeks earlier, אוקיי. אתה שבוע לא עושה חובות, אתה עושה לייב, יחילו לאלר. לא הייתי באילת, הייתי במקדונלדס, מה אתה דפוק? בטח שאני אהיה במקדונלדס.
טוב, מה אומר?
רגע אחי.
טוב חבר'ה, יאללה, נסגור את הלייב. שיהיה לכם לילה טוב, אלמוג. אני אעלה ללייב בעזרת השם בהמשך השבוע. תפעיל צלצול פעמון, אתה יודע, תעשה לי סאב, לא יודע אם עשית לי סאב כבר, אבל... קיצר, שאני אעלה ללייב אתה תדע, כי אני אעלה גם בטיקטוק, אח שלי יקר ואהוב. תודה רבה לכל מי שהיה פה, אוהב אתכם, שיהיה לכם שבוע טוב.